Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Saturday, February 17th, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got NBA All-Star Saturday night. Going to start here in just a couple minutes on TNT. I hope everyone is having a fantastic weekend. Took a minute to be able to put together the thumb, but I figured I'd do something a little bit different, trying to find some nice scenery out of the Indianapolis, Indiana area. I was looking for some good skyscrapers, but a lot of their pictures sucked ass. So I decided to go a little bit of nature because I feel we're going to get out of this world performance out of Sabrina Ionescu, Go Ducks, and Steph Curry. So I decided to use them. Hey, should be pretty fun. Got you a nice little Magic Johnson, Steph Curry, MJ, Wilt Chamberlain, and old school LeBron background. And I'm ready to go. And on top of this, we're also going to end up watching the Stadium Series with the Philadelphia Flyers going against the New Jersey Devils outside where the Jets and the Giants play, just like when we saw the Kraken and the Vegas Golden Knights playing where the Mariners play. That's on right now as well. And all of the players from the Philadelphia Flyers dressed up as Rocky, and they came out of the bus dressed up as Rocky with the sweatpants and the sweatshirt. So I'm definitely very excited about this particular opportunity to watch not only NBA All-Star Saturday night, we get an awesome Stadium Series. We get a hockey match outside where they play at MetLife for the Jets and the Giants. So let me get that set up here also. And then tomorrow we got the Daytona 500 at 11:30. And then after that at 5 o'clock, we're going to have the NBA All-Star Game. So as of right now, I'm planning on doing just the NBA All-Star Game at 5. But I might, possibly do the NASCAR Daytona 500 as well, just kind of to feel out what we have for NASCAR fans and to see if we can get likes, subs, donos, and we can get the proper support. So if we do get the proper support, if I do the Daytona 500, I'll have to make another extra thumbnail. But if it ends up working out, then we'll end up doing a few more of those throughout the season. If it ends up, not end up, getting the proper results, then we might just do a few races throughout the year. But I do love Daytona. I do love NASCAR. So we'll have to kind of see. Now with Daytona, I know that there's a lot of rain. There's a lot of issues there. So I know that the Xfinity race that was supposed to happen today got rained out. So that's going to happen on Monday. So hopefully that doesn't happen with, the Daytona 500. Otherwise, you're going to have an 8-hour race that's going to go back and forth. So let me get all my volumes and everything set up. I hope everyone is enjoying themselves. I was going to end up doing yesterday with the celebration through the Rising Stars, but I couldn't get everything kind of set up properly, and it ended up not being that great. I mean, it was okay. I ended up watching most of it, but I still don't like the format with the teams. And how the hell are you going to have Team Detlef that's got a bunch of G League guys beating Wemby and beating a team that's got a bunch of NBA guys? So when I originally saw the list of the 4 coaches, you have 3 NBA teams yesterday on the Rising Stars, right? And then you had one G League team with Detlef. So I was like, oh, why do they have it set up like that? Why don't they have some of the G League players on every team? But lo and behold, it didn't even matter with Wemby or not. They lost. But it is what it is. But Saturday night is really where it's at. When they go back to rookies versus sophomores, once they go to that format and it's just one team going against another team, that's when I'm going to be invested. Now, they're going to do the three-point contest. We're going to do Sabrina and Steph. We're going to end up doing the skills challenge. We're going to have the dunk contest. So I watch this every single year. And then, obviously, tomorrow we got the NBA All-Star Game there in Indy. And hopefully they play a little bit of defense as well. So let's go, baby. Let's go. I'm ready. Oh, I got to get the hockey stream going here, too. Hold up. Almost forgot. Let's go. I'm just glad that there's 2 really cool things that are on. UFC 298 is on as well. Caps and Canadians, Ducks and Maple Leafs. I don't think anyone gives a shit about that right now. Everyone is focused either on NBA All-Star Saturday night, the Stadium Series with the Flyers and Devils playing outside at MetLife, or UFC 298. Volkanovski and Topuria, baby. Let's go. Here, I got to get this. Let me get this going here. All right, here we go. All right. I got Stadium Series all set up here as well because your boy's going to be watching more than one thing. I got to make sure I'm keeping up with everything. Defending champ Damian Lillard, defending champion Mac McClung. We're going to get something new today, baby. Let's go. And this is kind of cool too because also with the I wouldn't want to say really the emergence because we already know Caitlin Clark has been balling for the last few years. But now to be recognized as, arguably the best player in college sports, for male or female on the basketball side with all the records that she's breaking, I guarantee that she'll be in this competition either next year or the year after. And it'll be cool to see, if they end up having more than just one-on-one. Maybe we'll have a two-on-two, or maybe it'll be Sabrina and Caitlin Clark going against Steph and someone else. Like, I'm not really sure who it would be. Steph and Dame, Steph and Clay, even though Clay has to come off the bench now and obviously he hasn't been playing that well. But you kind of feel that Sabrina is the first, but she won't be the last. Or maybe they'll do Sabrina this year, and then next year they'll do Caitlin Clark versus Steph or something like that. So something really looking up for not only basketball, but for women's. And I think the tourney is going to be awesome. I can't wait for that. And I'm ready for this matchup. So I got everything here set up. All right, perfect. We got the Stadium Series here on the bottom. All right, we got the NBA here at the top with Allie LaForce and Dame. Let's go. Let's go, baby. I'm ready. And hopefully it ends up being entertaining. And I figured it should be. Usually NBA All-Star Saturday night is, I would say, typically pretty good, pretty solid. And then the NBA All-Star game, most of the time it's pretty good as well. Obviously not a lot of defense, but, it is what it is. And we'll be watching both of those. Here, let's go. I wouldn't necessarily say Lillard is booty, being a former, a Blazer, but obviously what we could say is maybe Doc Rivers, the new head coach for the Bucks, is booty. So it looked like, well, Dame and Giannis are on their way to getting a ring. And then now it looks like, well, I don't even know if they're going to end up making the Eastern Conference Finals, let alone representing the East at the end of the day. Chemistry isn't really that good. So I wouldn't say Lillard's booty, but maybe Doc Rivers is booty, baby. Let's go. Dame Dalla. I wouldn't be surprised if Sabrina beats Steph. And we already know Steph is amazing. I've seen Steph make 53s in a row, 100 threes in a row, on YouTube or, behind the scenes at practice. Obviously the guy is, a living legend. And, but all it takes is to be kind of off on one rack. And if you're off on one rack, then the other person can start getting into a groove, or if it's the money ball rack and you can catch up, there is a possibility that Sabrina wins. And, for them to say, well, I don't know if she can shoot from that far. Anyone has to just go back to look at Sabrina at Oregon when she played there, or on the Liberty. Same thing with Caitlin Clark. If you don't think that they can shoot from the actual, 3-point line from the men's, you're kidding yourself. They can. A lot of their shots are very, very deep, just like Steph does in his regular games, just like Dame as well. So I don't know if Sabrina will win, but I think it'll be a little bit closer than people think. And if she ends up winning, I'm not going to be shocked. So it doesn't matter, different ball size. If you want to go different ball size, different hand size. Most men have bigger hands than women. So, if you're going to go based off the basketball itself, it still takes skill to get the ball into the hoop. And especially if you're shooting from deep. So even if the ball is slightly smaller, females' hands are typically smaller. So to me, it's fair. You know what I mean? For having, if the ball size is different, and if they had to have her shoot a men's basketball and she's not used to that, well, that's unfair. You know what I mean? But just let them shoot with the basketballs that they use when they play, and I think it'll be all good to go. And I don't think there's going to be any shame with Steph if he ends up losing, against someone like Sabrina or Caitlin Clark in the future if they end up doing one man versus one woman, because we already know sometimes the women, they can shoot. Obviously not a lot of them can dunk, obviously being that tall and that athletic compared to the men. But one thing that they can do is they can shoot. So I am actually looking forward to seeing if Sabrina can keep up or if she can end up winning. So let's go. And I got the Stadium Series on as well, so I would recommend turning that on too if you're an NHL fan. Anytime they can end up playing outside, for the Winter Classic or Stadium Series, it's cool. It definitely gives you a different vibe. They're outside; it's a different type of environment, and it's a kind of a special feel. I almost kind of wish the Stadium Series was on at a different time, not at the same time as this event, but it gives me a chance to watch both. So. And honestly, it would be really good for women's sports, to kind of, I'm not saying Steph is going to throw the game and like purposely miss just so that the women can win. You know what I mean? But again, based on what Sabrina does tonight and what Caitlin Clark does in the tourney, I honestly think that she's going to be more exciting to watch in the tourney than any other male player in college hoops this season. So, is there male players that are going to be amazing on the NBA side? Of course, but I just feel that if you're looking at every man that's in college basketball right now and every woman, who's the most famous, who's playing the most, who's breaking the records, and Caitlin Clark is that person. She is her, and I can't wait to see her get out there in the tourney. All right, Flyers are coming out. They took off all of their Rocky gear that they wore on the bus. Everyone was matching with the beanie to the sweatshirt to the sweatpants and the shoes, which I thought was really cool for a camaraderie and whatnot. So, go, baby. Yes, I like the LED court too. Let's go. Let's go, baby. All Star 2024 State Farm Saturday night. Sabrina, Steph. Let's go. I just wish that the dunk contest had the best dunkers, and if it didn't have the best dunkers, like have Wemby be in it. You know what I mean? Like you got to make sure that, you're making it exciting. It's like when you get, a lot of jobbers or like lower name guys. When I used to watch it, it was like Dominique and Jordan, and it was the real deal. So I really feel that, if they want to get back to what it was back in the day in the 80s and 90s, go back to the old formats, rookies versus sophomores, right? Have the best 3-point shooters and the best, 4 or 5 dunkers participate, even if that means them getting a little bit tired tonight. Have it mean something. Have it for pride, right? Like as skills competition, make sure you have the best guards, unless you have a forward out there. Like, make sure you're having the best of the best, so that way that we can appreciate the NBA. Because right now, the NBA might be the lowest of the 4 sports with MLB, NHL, NFL, and the NBA. So, but will I enjoy tonight? Yes, I will. Halliburton. I don't know if there's anything really extra special about Indy. There's not going to really be. I mean, if you go to most of the NBA cities, nothing really too crazy. But they have to make their way from city to city. They're not going to have it in the same 3 or 4 cities, over and over and over. So I kind of like it. I like it that they're going to different places, and that way it gives those fan bases a chance to be able to see an All-Star game. Like Oregon, we're still waiting on our NBA All Star game. I believe we're one of only a couple teams never to host. So definitely, when the NBA All Star game comes to Oregon, I'll be there more than likely. So, all right, Stadium Series has got some people performing. Let's go, baby. Showtime, baby. Let's go. I'm ready. What event are they gonna start off with? Skills challenge up first. I would say that would be the way to go. Skills challenge first, and then I think I would do 3-point contest second, and then I would do Steph and Sabrina third, and then I would do the dunk contest last. Or maybe they'll end up doing Sabrina and Steph next, but I think I would do that after the actual 3-point contest. But I don't know. We'll see how they line it up. But that's how I would do it. I would do skills, 3-point contest, Steph and Sabrina, dunk contest. That's how I would do it, but we'll see. We'll see if they end up doing it. How's that weather out there, Sarah? You still get a lot of snow? You guys have snow today or just 4 or 5 inches of snow yesterday? Matt in the building. What's good, brother? We got the skills competition, and I got the stadium series. Hockey outside, yes, please. And that's on ESPN on ABC or on a streaming link. And then we got obviously with the NBA here as well on TNT. Let's go. Quite a few things on college football and the Ducks, and like we're trying to be able to get as many people as we can. Looks like they're trying to poach another Michigan player to come to Oregon. Dan Lanning, keep doing what you're doing, baby. Because what's going to happen? It's going to be Kirby Smart and Dan Lanning as the two best coaches in college football moving forward. You know, I like Sarkisian and I like Ryan Day, but based off recruiting, you know, I think Oregon will be able to leapfrog both of those other two guys, and they'll just be looking up at only one guy, Kirby Smart, just because, you know, Georgia with all those prospects and obviously winning those natties. All right, Trey. 25. I'm in heaven right now. I actually wish I was able to get the transparent image of the rising stars and get everything set up, but you know, I spent time with Paisley, so you know, we got two cool things that are on here tonight: NBA All-Star Saturday Night, Stadium Series, outside hockey, indoor basketball, and then we got Daytona 500. Fuck yeah! Tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time, I might stream that, and then the NBA All-Star Game, which I will for sure. So there'll either be two streams for like 8 fucking hours, or there'll just be one for about 3.5 with the All-Star Game tomorrow. So, dude, Anthony Edwards is special. Like, I don't think people really realize, you know, regardless if you watch basketball all the time or you're only watching it occasionally, he has taken a big leap in his game in the last couple years. You know, we already knew that he was good, but I think that he has proven to a lot of people that he is one of the elite in the NBA. He's fun to watch. Wemby. Wemby special. I got to see Wemby in a dunk contest. That's the one thing I want to see. You know, there's a lot of guys that can dunk, you know, and, you know, I think a lot of times you start to realize Aaron Gordon and Levine, some of these guys, Vince Carter, they kind of ruined it for everyone else because they're just so much better athletically and jumping wise and creativity. And you have to have obviously air to be up there to be creative. But I'm not sure, you know, how many guys out there, you know, on the elite level that would be able to do big things on Wemby if Wemby was going to actually perform. I mean, I know some of the dunks would look a little different because he's so long and lanky, but I guarantee that he'd be able to get some 50s and get some 10s on the board if Wemby was in the dunk contest. So hopefully they'll let him do it. I would love to be able to see Wemby in the dunk contest in the next couple of years. You know, get it back to when it was like Jordan and Dominique and when it fucking mattered. You know, even after that with like Vince Carter, you know, it's like I just feel, you know, you got to go back to your history and your roots. Stop going away from, the roots and trying to make it, for like the younger generation. Look how that worked out on the NHL and obviously on the NFL Pro Bowl side. Like, really, the only All Star game that true is great is the MLB All Star game for baseball, and then the Home Run Derby, and then I think NHL is probably two, and then obviously NBA is probably three, and then Pro Bowl we can't even mention the Pro Bowl. But I guess it all depends if you like hockey, basketball, or those other sports. But go back to rookie sophomores. Go back to when you had the best three-point shooters. Go back to the best skills competition, best point guards. Go back to the best dunkers. And let's get some fucking defense on the All-Star game at some point other than the fourth quarter. I mean, even if that means it's only the second half, that's better than just one quarter for me. So, make it more on the line. Like with the MLB, it's like whoever wins gets, home field advantage in the World Series. I mean, if that's something that we got to do in the other leagues, they should take note. But with that all being said, I'm definitely excited to see what we get here tonight. I don't think he's too tall for a dunk contest. He's perfect, man. Yeah, I didn't really like that whole Team LeBron, Team Giannis bullshit. Just go back to the Eastern Conference and Western Conference, and I'm really happy they did. And I think they learned their lesson. Ratings went down. People didn't care. The only people that cared about the Team Giannis, Team LeBron are little kids. I don't think anyone else really gave a shit about that format. And if anything, we complained about it. So, it took a couple years to get away from it. But Odin, my boy, Odin with a tenor. Yeah, Derpy, how old are you? How old are you, Derpy? Put it in the chat and don't lie. Odin with a tenor. How old are you? Obviously, if you're not a little kid, you would have typed in your age because it definitely is going to apply to people that are younger. That's what they're doing it for. And no one gives a shit about this Team Giannis, Team fucking LeBron bullshit. That's why they went away from it finally. All right, Odin, son. This is exactly what a little kid would say. Come on, bro. Be better. $10 holla. Let's go, baby. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks with a little cactus jack. Bang, bang. And I already know that you're a little kid. Stop it. Come on, bro. Marty, yes. Let's go. Odin Sons watching the Devils. Nico Daz in net, baby. Bye, Derp. Enough of Derp. Derpy can get his ass out of here. That's exactly the type of shit that I'm talking about. That little kid bullshit that no one fucking wants to deal with. Nobody wants no Team East, Team West, going from that to fucking Team Giannis and Team LeBron. Come on. All right, Stadium Series is about to go. Here we go. Puck drop for Stadium Series. I like those jerseys that they're wearing. All right, we'll see what happens here in the skills competition. Everyone, make sure you're taking care of your mental health. It's very, very important. Don't be a derpy. Let's go, baby. Right there, Nico. 1-0 Devils already. Wow. I can always tell when people are under 20. I always can, based on what they say and how they say it and how they respond and how they react. And I don't mind having a younger audience. That's no problem. All right, here we go. Trae Young on the skills competition. See what he can do. 1-0 Devils over the Flyers on the Stadium Series. And I would recommend, if you got the opportunity to turn it on, I would. The Stadium Series looks fucking cool outside. And they're playing, they're at MetLife where the Jets and the Giants play. So thank God they actually have the ice out there. Otherwise, these guys would be tearing ACLs, PCLs, MCLs like Aaron Rodgers out there. Go Devils, baby. Come on, Scotty Barnes. He already fumbled the bag, but at least he made up for it there with the 3. That'll make up a little bit of time. Skills competition is a little bit more challenging than people think. You know, like I said, depending on how they set up the drill. See, not paying attention to the rules, you know, not taking the shit seriously. You got to have people, like, I get it, there's a part of fun, you know, but again, if you end up making it competitive, that ends up being fun instead of just being like, oh, yay, we're here at the All-Star festivities, you know. That's the difference between the MLB and every other sport. With the NFL, there's no effort. With the NBA, it's half-ass effort. You know, on the NHL, effort, right? On the MLB, effort. But everything else is half-assed effort. And if you get half-assed effort, you get half-assed entertainment. Come on, NBA. Fumbling the bag right there. You can't even dribble. And this is the skills competition. Unbelievable. Give you guys some background music to listen to while I watch. Let me throw up some Devils photos for Odin. Yeah, look at this. Nobody knows the rules in this thing. This is so embarrassing, and they wonder why the NBA ratings are the worst, and they have been so low. You know what I mean? This is a really good example of exactly why the NBA is exactly where it's at right now. Number 4 out of the 4 major sports. NHL has passed them, right? MLB has passed them, and NFL is number 1. I don't think I've ever seen a skills competition get fucked up as bad as this. Almost every player fucked it up except for Wemby so far. Wemby is special. That's the one bright side that they have. They have Wemby, right? And they obviously have Caitlin Clark on college hoops that will be coming into the WNBA. But, I mean, let's be fair and let's be honest. Nobody knows what they're doing out there. This is like the sloppiest skills competition I have ever seen. And Edward says he's going to do everything left-handed. Idiot. Look at this guy. What a dummy, dude. See, like I said, this is exactly why, you know, I have a problem sometimes with the NBA. Like, do I enjoy the festivities? Yeah. You know, but there's a difference between, like, entertaining and not giving a shit, you know? This is the worst skills competition by far, and they're going to be talking about it on the internet. They already are talking about it right now. Come on, man. One 0 Devils. Power play for the Devils is about to run out. All right, come on, Pacers team. Follow the fucking directions. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. There we go. Go. Yeet. There we go. Nice job. Come on, you got to make that. There we go. Make the 3. 1-0 Devils. There we go. Go. Get the ball. Go. There we go. Halliburton. Let's get this, baby. All directions. Come on, baby. The man with 2 voices. Halliburton. There we go. Floater. Come on, baby. There we go. Go, baby. Oh, yeah. There we go. Finally, at least one thing that was good there. The Pacer players care, right? And you can be Trey, right? And you can be Wemby, but if you don't care and you're not trying, or Anthony Edwards, but it just makes the NBA look bad. It makes you look bad. It makes the NBA look bad when you don't take it serious or you don't pay attention to the rules. Thank God for the Pacers and their players, playing in front of their home fans with that extra pride and then beating everyone's ass. Nice job. 1-0 Devils, 15 minutes left in the Stadium Series. All right, let's get some Devils photos up. Appreciate Odin's son for helping us out with that. 5 shots on goal for the Flyers, 2 for the Devils. They're scrapping. There's going to be a lot of fights, I feel, in this particular Stadium Series outside. I'm loving it. I mean, anything that's going to be Winter Classic or outside, I love it. It's like one of my favorite things. All right, here we go. $10 dono for our boy who's watching this particular matchup. Let's get a couple photos for him. Appreciate you, Odin. While we're in a commercial. Hope everyone's having a fantastic weekend. Daytona 500 tomorrow. Let's fucking go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. I can't wait for that tomorrow. Jack Hughes can't wait. And then we got the NBA All-Star Game, the actual All-Star Game tomorrow. So let's see if we do one stream or if we do 2. But I love NASCAR, so I don't know if we're going to get the support for it, but I might as well try a few times this season. And if it ends up working out, that'll be good for us. Appreciate you, Odin. My boy. Not JT in the building. What's good? Yeah, or if they did it like at Rucker Park, and they gave it that like kind of playground feel, and one, playing at the Rucker. That would be really cool. I mean, we've seen players like Kobe go there and dominate in KD, but if they actually could like rope it off and close it off, and so, I mean, obviously you're going to have a lot of, the people in that general area at Rucker, wanting to watch. But I think that, if they could find a way to actually have the locals, watch, as well as, have some type of event like that, I think that would be very cool. That would actually help, I think, ratings quite a bit, just like when they do the Stadium Series or they do the Winter Classic with hockey outside. Yeah, why not do some of these things outside? I think it's a cool vibe. But again, I'm not sure if we're ever going to see, it at like Rucker, but, an outside setting would be cool, or if they ended up doing it like Hawaii, but like on an outside basketball court, or California on the beach or something, but like outside. Something like that where it is kind of like a street ball kind of vibe. I think that would be very, very cool. Outdoor hardwood floor setup. Yeah. Well, obviously you can't do Rucker Park as far as, I guess you could, well, you can do whatever the hell you want if you got the money. But yeah, outdoor hardwood floor setup would be cool. But I think Rucker would be cool too. Like, you can't tell me that it wouldn't be cool to hear like not regular nets, but chain nets on both sides, for people making threes and then doing the dunks. I don't know. For me, that would be really, really cool. I mean, I love basketball when I was a little kid, and I would always travel far and far to find that one rim at that park or that one house that had that chain net. It makes a huge difference when you play. Hawaii with a beautiful backdrop. That would be nice. Good idea. 1-0 Devils on the Flyers in the Stadium Series 4-on-4, and we're in NBA All-Star Saturday night in Indy. What's good? Yeah. Asphalt would be asking too much, with the insurance and the liability, someone going up there and doing some 360 windmill and then getting their fucking wrist cut on the chain net. Obviously there would be a higher risk for injuries and whatnot, but I think if they made it like a and one or a street ball type of style, I'm not saying they would have to do it all the time, but I don't know, it'd be kind of cool. And I like your idea of like doing it like at Hawaii or doing outside hardwood floor somewhere, but like on a beach, so that way, like as you're watching it on the broadcast, there's like waves behind them. That would be very dope. Hopefully that, hopefully they'll have an idea like that. But I mean, obviously the NBA wants money from their arenas, so more than likely we're never going to see that happen on the NBA side, but on the NHL side, they seem like they're down for anything. On cement and asphalt, man, Achilles, that's no joke, bro. A lot of times when people have the Achilles injury, they'll put on the boot or they'll get surgery or they won't get surgery, and then you will never, if you don't get the surgery, you'll never be as strong as you were prior to the injury because it just doesn't heal up right. All right, here we go. Look at this second part with the passing. So this is all they like look at this, what they're doing here. I mean, no wonder the players get confused because they have this like confusing fucking setup that they have, obviously with the skills competition now and here with the passing. It looks like they're not fucking up as much here because they don't have to worry about fucking running and playing basketball at the same time. All you got to do is just be able to get it in the passing hole. Oh, that sucks. I had a buddy that ended up having that happen to him, and he never was right. He literally had a boot on his foot at a call center that I worked at for like 2 years. Like, he played ball, came to work with the boot, and I said, what happened? He said, I got hurt, and I think I tore my shit. And I was like, oh, shit. Then he had the boot, and then literally had the boot for like 2 years. Like, never. It was crazy. I really felt bad for the guy. You know what I mean? But you got to get that shit checked out for sure. No worries. I'm watching the Stadium Series that you reminded me about a few days ago. So I got the Devils on versus the Flyers as well as NBA Saturday night. Hopefully, say hi with Ollie to me. Tell Ollie I said what's up. I want to say, is the whole passing hole bigger? I mean, obviously it's a different Gatorade setup that they have right here. And then the cool thing about this year that I do like that they integrated, if you're looking at this passing setup, right, with the little bot, the robot that they have with the Gatorade graphic on it, they actually have a net built into the back. In years past, they did it and the basketballs would go flying and then they would have to have someone like chase them. So they finally got smart and actually had like a basketball cage put behind the actual robot going back and forth. That's smart. Finally, one thing the NBA got right. They have the little bot with the cage behind it so the basketballs don't go all over the place. Devils 1, Flyers 0. 10 minutes to go in the Stadium Series. It's a very cool look. Pizza cheese. Got to be careful with that pizza cheese. 5 shots on goal for the Flyers, 5 for the Devils. All right, come on, Pacers. The hometown guys, regardless if they're big names or a bigger name like Halliburton or if you're a lower name, bottom line, you're going to get effort. And that's one thing that I have to have that in sports. If I don't see effort, I get uninterested. Like if I just see half-ass bullshit, that's why the NBA makes me so angry. That everything is just so half-ass all the time, and I don't like that. I want shit to matter. I want them to actually, have some pride and try, But I won't lie. I mean, when I watch these NBA All-Star Saturday nights, the skills competition is the worst event out of them all. No one really gives a shit about it. It's all about the three-point contest, right? And then the dunk contest, if you can actually see something that you haven't seen before. But when you got guys like Mac McClung, and that's like the best one, he should be in it, but like the fourth guy. There should be three other guys that are like all-stars that are in it with them. Then we can actually say, wow, this is an all-star game, dunk contest, like for real. But maybe one day they'll implement that. And I know sometimes the players turn it down, but if there was some pride, like it was with Jordan and Dominique back in the 80s and 90s, then they would play, But it also, after the Jordan Dominique era, then obviously with like LeBron not doing it and Kobe not doing it, that's the fucking problem. If we had LeBron and Kobe do it on a regular basis, then it would still be a prideful thing to do moving forward. But then when all of the superstars said, nah, I don't want to have to get tired, for the All-Star game. What, for your no defense? You're going to play for 3.5 quarters? It's like, come on, man. I get it. You want to party, and I get it. You want to, hang out with your boys and, get together and drink and do all that, go out to eat and hang out with the girls and whatnot. But I mean, until they end up having the best of everything, that's when it's going to be, it'll be okay, but it won't be like must-see TV necessarily. Hey, they ain't lying, right? All right, 6 shots on goal for the Devils, 5 for the Flyers. We got Young with 30, Barnes, Maxey. Megan, is there any other outside hockey games that are scheduled for the rest of the year, to your knowledge? It's Winter Classic with Vegas Golden Knights and the Seattle Kraken, and then the Stadium Series here with the Flyers and the Devils. And is there any more, or is it just these two and that's it, to your knowledge? Because I need a mark on the calendar if there's going to be any more for the rest of the year, because I love these outside events. Like, honestly, outside hockey to me is one of the coolest things ever. Like, out of all the sports, football, basketball, baseball, hockey, I feel like the venue being outside gives it that mystique, and it makes it that much cooler. Not saying that the indoor games are not fun. They are, if you're a hockey fan. If you're not a hockey fan, you don't give a shit. But I think it's one of the coolest things. Like, if I was rich, I would go to every outside hockey matchup, even if the Kraken weren't in it. Like, that's how much I like it and how much I think it's kind of groundbreaking cool. Come on, Pacers. Okay. So this is it, huh? Good thing I'm watching. And if it wasn't on the same date, I would have chose this as the primary, but I figured I would watch both at the same time. Wow, Pacers with a 92. Halliburton. He's underrated too. But at least I can watch both at the same time, so I'm happy. And I think I'll maybe try to make a NASCAR thumb tomorrow. Hopefully, there's not a lot of rain, even though Xfinity is rescheduled for Monday in the morning. But hopefully, Daytona doesn't go too long, and that way I can do both streams tomorrow. I mean, it'll be a long day. Daytona is probably going to be how many hours is Daytona, Sarah? Like 4 hours? 3, 4, 5 hours, and then obviously the NBA All-Star game will be about 3. One starts at 11:30, probably will end at like 4:30, and then the NBA All-Star game from 5 to like 8. So I don't want to leave Paisley unattended, but look at the Pacers, 200 baby, All-Star 0, first pick 0, because they care. That's why. $4 hours, yeah. And I know, like on Dofu, and other stuff. You'll be able to have it if you don't have Fox, or unless you have like Sling or Fubo or some of those other things. But I'm pretty sure the first few races are going to be Fox. They'll have some on Fox Sports or FS1, and then at the end of the year, like the last 20, including the playoffs, that'll be on NBC and Peacock, so you can watch it on there. And I was also reading with NASCAR, they struck a deal with Prime, so Amazon Prime is going to get about 5 or 6 races in 2025. So that's pretty cool too. So that'll give them an opportunity to be able to use their platform to have a few races, I guess, unless you don't have it. But every company trying to get a little piece of the pie. So far, so good. All right, let me get a couple more photos up for Odin, even if he's not in the room. Appreciate you, brother. $10, 90 to go. Let's go, baby. Jack Hughes. We got Nico Hischier. I've been on a workaholic binge, and I'm almost done. 7 seasons. I've just been watching it over and over. It's so good, too. Like, there's not many shows that can make me laugh multiple times in an episode, but Workaholics definitely can. Their cast is phenomenal. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Appreciate you, Odin. My guy. All right, let me get one more Devil's photo up here for him. Let me get Dawes up there. But if there's anything sport-wise that you guys want to discuss or go over, sports or wrestling, anybody else check out SmackDown last night with The Rock, going back to his heel Rock, wearing the shirts and everything. I like that. I mean, that's the way it should be. Heel Rock is much better than just regular Rock. So again, anytime you end up, kind of being an asshole on the mic, you get the best out of the wrestlers, especially if they're creative on the mic. You can still be a face and be great on the microphone, but again, once you become a heel, and then you pretty much can be like, all right, you can say whatever, so yeah, it's all over on Twitter, X, Instagram. I didn't watch the whole show, but I watched a chunk of it. So I try to watch as much of Raw and SmackDown as I can, and NXT. And it's sad to say, I'm more of an AEW guy, but AEW is nowhere near where WWE is. They were able to hang around for a couple years, but once their main guys got hurt, like Kenny Omega or like the Young Bucks, I need to see the top guys wrestling every week. So if I'm not getting Jon Moxley, if I'm not getting Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, if I'm not getting Kenny Omega, if I'm not getting MJF, if I'm not getting all of their elite guys wrestling every single week, they're going to fall off and they're going to lose ratings, and that's what's happened. Injuries have been kind of brutal for them. Am I still a fan of AEW? Yes, but the storylines and the wrestling for the WWE has been better. And the only thing that's dragging them down is this whole Vince McMahon thing. So, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was hella entertaining. Rock is funny as hell. Let's go, baby. Miles Turner, two-time blocks leader, 2019 and 2021. Mark Jackson, Reggie Miller, Rick Smits, Dale Davis, Antonio Davis. They had a squad back in the day. If it wasn't for Jordan ruining everything for all those teams, hell, the Pacers could have won a championship with that fucking roster. It wasn't the greatest, and the Knicks with John Starks and Ewing and Oakley, it's like a lot of teams were pretty fucking good, back then. But again, Jordan, Pippen, Phil, It's tough to be able to get past those. All right, round 3, team shooting. I'm not sure if I really like this new format. Toffoli! Let's get to 10. Let's get to 20. I'm watching, Odin. Yeah, if I knew that you and Aiden were gonna be able to come through and whatnot, like obviously I was gonna watch both of these at the same time, 2-0 Devils, but I really like this outdoor stadium series, just like the Winter Classic. It's starting to become one of my favorite things in the NHL, like overall. Just the way that it looks being outside, it's just so cool. I think that they should do it more often. But again, I guess twice a year is you know for me, it's like hell. I would love if they ended up doing this like 4 or 5 times a year, but then I guess maybe it wouldn't be as special. So good. I'm glad you're here, bro. Let me get a Toffoli up for you. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you with the dono. We're at 10. Let's get to a hundo. Weird for them doing like the weave, like where they're all out there. Again, them trying to do some newer fucking format. Just go back to what it is. It's like they always try to cater to like the little kids, thinking that this is going to be like so cool, and they're going to go out of their way to watch it. But if the players don't even understand the concept, then it's going to look like shit. Sloppy out there. Toffoli, let's go, baby. Stadium series, baby. NBA All-Star Saturday night. And then we got Trey from deep. Nope. But then we got Daytona 500 tomorrow, and then Daytona 500 tomorrow, and then we got the NBA All-Star game. So we'll see. We'll see if I end up doing both. I mean, obviously I'd have to make 2 thumbnails tomorrow, but I think it'd be worth it. And plus Daytona 500 is one of the biggest. So if I was going to be able to, see what we're looking at, I mean, that would be the best place to start. Not only because it's the first race of the year, but it is one of the biggest. So, oh, I love it, dude. I love it. I saw that they have like a women's league, like in Canada, in Toronto. And then they ended up having like a record-breaking crowd up there in Toronto, like over 10,000 and whatnot. So I love it too, man. And it's good that they're not playing on grass, because obviously Aaron Rodgers at MetLife, I mean, you're talking about injury after injury after injury until they end up going with grass instead of turf there. So with ice and hockey, you don't got to worry about that. I like the setup. I kind of and they're zoomed in pretty close. Seems like I'm not sure if they're zoomed in closer than they were for the Winter Classic, because it seems like they were a little bit further back and whatnot. But I like the camera angle. I love that stadium series. It's cool. But it'll be something that I definitely watch, from here on out for like the rest of my life. Like anytime that those 2 games are going on, oh, I'm definitely watching. Oh, and or streaming them. But again, Winter Classic was on the same day as the college football playoff, so I couldn't do anything there. And then this is at the same time as the NBA All-Star Saturday night, so they're always scheduling it with something else that is going on, which kind of sucks. But I mean, hey, I can watch 2 things at once. So, all right, no worries. Catherine Tang says Steph Curry for the win. Why can't it be Sabrina? People aren't familiar with her game. I'll laugh if she ends up winning. Go Ducks. You never know. Plus, with Caitlin Clark and the way that she shoots as well, I mean, I would put my money on Clark or Sabrina to compete with almost any guy in the league, even if it ends up being Steph Curry. We know Steph is great, but I mean, there is an opportunity for Steph to have a bad rack. And if you have a bad rack, there anybody can beat anybody, right? But we obviously know as shooting purposes, Steph is the most gifted and he's the best 3-point shooter, arguably, of all time. right? We've had Reggie, we had Ray Allen, but they don't compete with Steph. But as far as the women are concerned, I think that they would have as just as a good of a chance of beating Steph than any man, to be honest, because I think that their 3-point mechanics are better than most men. If you watch Sabrina and Caitlin Clark shoot, their skill set, their follow through, it's very crisp and smooth. So yeah, they may be women, but that doesn't mean that they can't beat an elite male at a 3-point contest. So I'm actually kind of hoping Sabrina wins. I think that would be good for not only the women, but for the March Madness tourney coming up. If Steph loses, it's not going to matter. It's not like his legacy is going to be tarnished. Oh my God, you lost to one of the best women in the WNBA and in college hoops at the Ducks, who's going to go to the WNBA Hall of Fame and be one of the top 5 or 6 players of all time. I mean, I don't think there's really going to be that much, and I can't wait to see what Caitlin Clark is going to be able to do in the tourney as well as making it. And maybe next year it'll be Caitlin Clark versus Steph or Caitlin Clark versus somebody, so I definitely would watch that for sure. But that would be like the most ironic thing. You do the contest this year, Sabrina wins it, Steph does it again, and then Caitlin Clark comes up and then Caitlin beats him. That would be amazing. 200 for the All-Stars, 200 for the Pacers. First picks, 0. I guess being a first pick in the draft doesn't pay off. Right. When you saw them, and you sent me the photos and the video. Yes, I remember that. That was an awesome concert. You had some pretty cool videos and pictures through that. Let me know what you want to do for photos. If there's anything that you want to do for wrestling or for the Devils. Did you watch all the SmackDown, Odin? Did you get to see The Rock and Bloodline and all that? Rock being a heel Rock with the silk shirts, going back to the roots, talking shit to the crowd. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched bits and pieces, and then obviously on social media they'll have everything else on there. If you miss anything on wrestling, you can go to Twitter or Instagram or some socials, even though I know you don't use Twitter, really, X anymore. But it sucks because there's so many things I want to be able to send you, but since you don't have access to it, it's like, unless I get like a photo from it, then I can capture it and then send it to you. Yeah. Sorry, you've had a couple rough ones, brother. Love you, and I appreciate you. And again, if you ever need anything, you can always reach out to me, at any time. These guys shooting from deep. Nowhere near even getting close. Now they're just throwing it up behind their heads. Like, what the hell is Scotty Barnes doing? Scotty Barnes gives no fucks. Scotty Barnes is shooting it behind his head. He gives no fucks. 0. God, these guys are terrible. And this is NBA? Oh, there's one. One out of 40. 2-0 Devils. Look, that's right here. What the fuck is he doing? He just what, really? I really like the Devils jerseys today, Odin. They look really good. 13 shots on goal for the Devils, 10 for the Flyers. All the Flyers players dressing up as Rocky, with the sweatpants and the sweatshirt and the beanie. Like every single player when they got off the bus, I thought that was cool. But hell, even if you dress up all the same, that doesn't mean you're going to beat the Devils, baby. Come on, Pacers. Someone make a fucking 3. Come on, Halliburton. Hello. All right, so the video's loading right now. Halliburton. I gave him the choke sign. Yeah, dunk contest is typically the best. For this year, the best things are going to be Sabrina and Steph, because, obviously, you got one of the best female shooters youngest for the triple double. If you look at her stat line, I feel that her and Caitlin Clark are going to kind of go back and forth as being like the face of the WNBA or one of the major faces, two of the major faces of the WNBA out of and then there'll be a few others like Paige Bueckers is going back to UConn, but when she makes the WNBA in a couple years, she'll be another one. And then you'll have others that we'll see how they turn out, like Angel Reese. She's getting a lot of the NIL deals, but I don't think she's as good as Paige Bueckers, and she definitely is not on the same level as Sabrina or Caitlin Clark. She's good, but she's not as good as those other two. I think that's a fair statement. I'm waiting for it to load. It's still taking some time to load, brother. It's about halfway done. Pacers, baby. There we go. 2-0 Devils. It wouldn't be that shocking for Indy to win, though. Playing in front of your fans on your court, and plus no one else is taking it seriously besides you. You are the only three that are taking it serious between the other 6 competitors. So, I mean, you better win, because then how bad does that look if you are the home team with the representatives and then you get beat by 6 other guys that aren't even trying? So good for them to be able to show that they at least care about Indiana and they care about the All-Star game. So good for them. Nice job by the Pacers to win that. All right, 3-point contest, then Sabrina and Steph, and then the dunk contest, I would assume. All right, Dame time coming up, huh? It's not loading for me, bro. Like I haven't. It's like it loaded halfway. It was like 25.8 megabit. It's like at 12.9, and then it just stopped. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on here. I'm going to delete it. Maybe send it to me again. Try sending it to me again if you can. All right, 2-0 Devils in the Stadium Series at MetLife where the Giants and the Jets play. End of the first, and they're getting chippy, trying to punch each other in the face. They're getting chippy. 2-0 Devils, baby. And then we're about to get into Dame Dalla and the 3-point contest. We got any predictions? Anybody going to beat Dame, or is he going to win it back to back? We already know, the shooters in the league. Maybe instead of Steph next year, maybe they'll do Dame next year. Dame and Caitlin Clark. I'd watch that. Let's go, baby. The video is only 12 seconds. Yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't. Oh, yeah. Like I said, I couldn't even see anything because it was still blurry. When it's like halfway loading, yeah, the view from your phone. I couldn't even really tell though, because when something is half loading, it doesn't let me. It's like distorted, so it doesn't let me see exactly what it was there. So, but nice job with your Devils. I like the jerseys that you're wearing with the black and the red. Very slick. It's a cool look. Very Darth Maul. I was thinking about opening up my Black Series Darth Maul. It comes with like 2 separate heads and a couple accessories with it. But I've never. I mean, it's sealed, and the box is a little bit roughed up, with some normal wear. But I was thinking to myself, yeah, I was like, maybe I should
open up one of the hundreds or thousands of toys that I actually have in the package. You know, it's not like the value is going to go down because I can just slip the tape, and I can put it back in the box if need be. And it's not that expensive of a figure. It's only worth like $20-$30, but I kind of want to fuck around with it, and pose it and whatnot with the double lightsaber, but I haven't decided if I want to do that or not. Most, like I said, once I have something in the box, it usually just stays in the box. What do you want to see for photos, bro? You got anything else that you want to be able to see? And I appreciate your support, bro. Very, very much. All right, we're going. Starry. Well, I like the lime green and the yellow. You know how much I love lime green, man. Lime green is my shit, dude. I love the green apple lime green. Like a bunch of fucking slime. Go Ducks. All right, Ice Tray. Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell has 0% chance. Trey is a better shooter than Donovan Mitchell unless Mitchell gets in a groove. Halliburton just performed in all of that skills competition. He ain't gonna win. He's already fucking gassed. So Halliburton can shoot, but just with all of that extra shit that he did in that skills competition, he ain't winning. I'd be shocked. Malik Beasley, no. I mean, so far you would assume it'd be Trey or Dame. Let me see who else is in the competition here. You got to get a point guard or a shooting guard. Karl-Anthony. Like, why do you got Karl-Anthony Towns, small forward, power forward, slash center guy that get, Jalen Brunson, huh? Maybe Jalen might be a sleeper. I don't know if he can shoot threes in Iraq, though. So if we're going based off shooters, Lauri Markkanen, he's a solid player, but three-point contest is completely different. Like, why don't you have a bunch of guards and forwards? Yeah. I mean, if you're looking at all of the players, though, I mean, Dame is by far the best, and then I would probably go Trae Young. As far as shooting threes from a rack and being able to get into a groove. Not saying that none of these other guys can't, but if you're talking about skill set, Dame is by far the best out of all those guys that are playing. I mean, Trey's got a skill set to keep up with Dame, but I don't think he will be as good on the racks, though. But we'll see. Maybe Dame will be cold tonight. So, yeah. Well, Cat can shoot threes, but we're talking about in a contest, where it's one thing when you're on an NBA game and then you're wide open and you're shooting a three and then you can make a few in a game. But when you're shooting three after three after three after three, then you got to move and shoot more, as far as being a bigger guy, unless you get into a groove or you have good mechanics, you are not going to be able to advance or win the tourney. You know what I mean? It's all you have to be able to know how to maneuver around those racks. So I mean, every guy that's in the contest can shoot threes. That's why they're there, but to actually win a 3-point contest is a whole nother story. So, but we'll find out if Trey is hot or Trey is cold, but we will find out, what we get there. Will we get a sleeper like Brunson? Will it end up being Markkanen? Will it be someone crazy like Cat that ends up winning it? I mean, you never know. It's possible. But I would say that it would be a better chance for an underdog to win if Dame wasn't in it. Even if Trey was in it, I know the other guards and forwards that can beat Trey, but since Dame is in it, I don't think you're going to beat Dame. I assume Dame will go back to back. You did? Cool. Let's go. Dame Dollar. You know, he's electric, baby. Let me go to the Discord. Let me look. Stadium Series, badass. Wow, bro. Whoa, look at those flames and that explosion. Holy shit. Dude, that was awesome. Dude, that is so cool. Wow. Elliot is online playing Hell Let Loose on there. Dude, that is so cool. Yeah, I mean, obviously it loaded there, and very, very cool, bro. I love it, bro. That was awesome. That was hella sweet. Very cool, man. You get the explosion emoji there. Fucking cool, dude. And they got it to be like a little mini concert. Well, who's performing here at the Stadium Series? Who's that? They got all Devils stuff on. Let's go, baby. All right, come on, Dame. All right, we're at 12. 8 more to go to get to 20. All right, Trey Young, Donovan Mitchell, Tyrese Halliburton, Malik Beasley, Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, Lauri Markkanen, and Damian Lillard. Karl Anthony Towns and Lillard have won, which is crazy with Towns, but yeah, I would assume that, you know, Trey, Karl Anthony Towns, Dame, and then maybe one other guy. We'll see. Yeah. All right, let's see what Trey can do here. Here's Trey. Trey's already fucked. I thought you were a good 3-point shooter, Trey. Not so much. Fucking 2 on the first rack. No way in hell you're advancing. Karl Anthony Towns is going to beat you if you fucking shoot like this. Look at that. And so you could be a shooter, but that doesn't mean you're going to be good at a 3-point contest unless your name's Larry Bird. All right. This is a terrible performance by Trey, bro. You're a fucking point guard. You're supposed to be like a baby Steph Curry, and you're nowhere near. You're Steph 8.0, not Steph 2.0. You're not even close. This is embarrassing. Steph could make more blindfolded. Come on now. This rotation's all fucked. This is sad. 11? The fuck are you doing? 12? Come on, Trey. You got to at least get to fucking 20, bro. There we go. There he's catching fire. There we go. There we go. There we go. That was respectable. He started off like shit. If he would have started off better, he could have gotten 30 to 35. But obviously, you know, had that money ball rack last and then got hot when it mattered at the very, very end. So nice way to come back. It definitely could have ended up being an under 20 performance, but then got hot on that last rack, that money ball rack. Nice job, Trey. For real, though. I love me some Larry Bird. Bird was so good at it, too. I mean, we all remember like the Craig Hodges, you know, for the Bulls, but Bird was just, you know, especially for Bird being like a small forward, power forward, you know, but again, it's all about technique. All right. Donovan Mitchell is next. All right, Donovan, come on now. Let's see if he can get hotter. And, you know, you have to get hot right away. There we go. Good spot right there. 2 for 5 on that first rack. Not very good. Come on, Donovan. There we go. Get in the rhythm, baby. Get in the rhythm. His form is weird. Yeah, your money rack. Why would you do your money rack there? You look at this. Donovan Mitchell ain't going to hit even 20. Well, maybe he will. Oh, there he is. Now he's catching fire. He's at 11. Will you get to 20, Donovan? There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, he bricked that one. 18. Just cracking over 20, huh? 19. 19. 20. There we go. Finally, 21. Only 21. Oh, shit. That's bad if you're, you know, that's bad if you're doing 3-point contest. Because some guys are going to end up getting, you know, like how much on the money rack? A money rack alone, some people are going to put up half of that number, you know. Yeah, no, I hear you, man. Like I said, for me, you know, it's always going to be NFL and college football and then wrestling. And then after that, you know, then it's just, you know, trying to have to keep us motivated. You know, like I said, you know, all-star game, that's one way to get me, you know, but it's not like I'm going to be watching every single game on the NBA side. I have more interest in NASCAR and the NHL and the MLB. So, but when it ends up being just, you know, a one-time thing once a year, you know, I can sacrifice a few hours for once a year type of thing, you know. Baseball is much easier to get into at basketball if you have a favorite team and favorite player and some history, but I mean, I'd rather watch baseball than basketball, but again, it's, you know, it all depends if you have a connection. If you don't have a connection to any favorite player or team, then baseball is going to be hell for you. You know, it's just like too long and it's not going to be enjoyable. But again, the more you know about a sport and a team and players, the more interested that you will be. Come on, Halliburton. Yeah, but again, you know, the NFL season's only a few months long, so I have to. This is my full-time job, so I gotta, you know, I gotta do content pretty much every day. So it's like whatever the main event of that day is, more than likely we're doing it. So come on, Halliburton. Come on. 26 for Halliburton. That was pretty good. NFL, hockey, Notre Dame football, and hockey, and then motorsports. Yeah. So I would assume, Odin, you would assume that Dofu would be the best way. I have the Dofu app, and then I think last time, you know, we were looking at like NASCAR and stuff. Like the Dofu is probably where to look unless you're looking at Fox themselves. So for Daytona 500 tomorrow, right? But I might message you tomorrow, but hopefully it's on the Dofu unless there's something else I can use. But I might do the live stream for Daytona 500, at least see how it goes, and then if it goes well, then we do it, and if it doesn't, then then we can go on to the NBA All-Star game at 5:00 tomorrow. Malik Beasley now. Yeah. Come on, Beasley. Beasley was very, very bad on that first rack, but very, very good on that second rack. Top of the key. Come on. Take your time, Beasley. Nah. There we go. That was huge. Damn, that was worth 3? Yeah, he might actually get to 20. See if we can get a good number here. There we go. He's on fire, baby. Oh, he missed that one. Come on, baby. Money rack. Hurry, Beasley. Hurry. Hurry. Got to get at least to 22. No. No, he rushed it. 20. Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, I imagine we'll be messaging each other back and forth and whatnot. So. Second period starts here in just a couple minutes. Red Wings and Kraken on Monday. It's like that's what we'll be doing on Monday. $10. Let's get to a hundo. 90 to go. And then we need how many more likes to get to 20? That'll be the goal for this stream if we can get to 20. And if we get to 20, let's try to get to 25 or 30. But I'm thinking 20 will be, kind of depending on what we get here for the rest of the stream. If we get a few more people coming through, we might be able to get that number. Or if we just get some of the goats that are bored and seeing what's going on. But I got a few more episodes of Workaholics to finish, and I don't know if I've laughed that hard in the last few days. It's been a minute, but it's like every episode of Workaholics, I'm laughing at least 2 to 3 times. Towns. You got plenty of time, Towns. You just got to get into a rhythm here from the middle rack now the rest of the way. Oh, he couldn't get the bounce. There we go. Make this one. Make this one. There we go. There we go. He could get to 30. Carl can get to 30. Keep pumping. Oh. Oh. Go, go, go. He needed about 15 seconds on that last rack, though. Oh. Come on. God, he ain't getting to 30. He could have. 26. 26. What type of music is that, Odin? Is that like metal? What is it? I'm not familiar with that. David in the building. What's good? We're watching 2 things right now. We got the Stadium Series on. And then we also have this NBA All-Star Saturday night. All right, Jalen. All-girl metal band. Cool. First song in 13 years. What happened? They broke up, and then they decided to get back together. And we got a lefty here. You know how I like lefties. Brunson, they should have never let him go from Dallas to New York. But, sometimes you need to be able to be slept on, and then you can prove to the haters and to your former team that you fucked up and you should have kept him. I like Brunson. But again, they're never going to be able to accomplish anything like the Patrick Ewing era until a lot of changes are made. But I do like lefties in sports. Nice, Jalen. Nice, Jalen. Lefty delivery just looks so dope. Oh, baby. Jalen channeling his inner Chris Mullin. Let's go. Come on, Jalen. See, I like Jalen and Dame. You know, they might be able to do something here. Come on, Jalen. Focus. There we go. Focus. Come on, baby. Focus. Come on. Come on, Jalen. Come on, Jalen. Come on. Oh, he needed that last one to go. Oh, damn it. Bro, Jalen could have had fucking 30 right there. He is so, oh my God. That is tough, especially when you're rushing those last couple threes. If he just would have took his time, could have ended up getting a 28 at the very least there, but that's how the cookie crumbles, I guess. Reflect in the building. What's good? Oh, they just went on a hiatus. Reflect in the building. What's good? B-Bic, I assume that's going to be next. It'll be next, I assume. So Reflect with a tenor. I appreciate you. Oh, Ozfest. 17. Wow, that's cool, dude. But yeah, this will either be last, or I would assume the dunk contest would be last. So I assume Sabrina and Steph will be right after this. So Reflect with a tenor. We got the Stadium Series where they're playing at MetLife, where the Jets and the Giants play, but they're doing it outside, just like the Winter Classic with the Kraken and the Vegas Golden Knights. The Devils, Odin's team, is up 2-0, and they're about to get started here. And we got Lauri Markkanen now up. Thank you so much, man. $10 holla. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks with a little cactus jack. Bang, bang. And speaking of Mick Foley, I saw a really cool video of a young fan meeting him for the first time. And with her reaction to meeting Mick, not only did she get the autograph, she got an extra hug and free merch from Mick Foley. Mick Foley is God, a wrestling god. Let's go. I appreciate you, Reflect. But, of course, I put them on the thumb because this is what I was looking forward to the most. Of course, the dunk contest is always going to be like, all right, let's see what cool dunk that maybe we haven't seen before, and we assume Mac McClung is going to win it again, because they don't actually have the best dunkers and the best players competing in it. So I would assume McClung will win it again, and Dame will win this three-point contest again, but we have to see. Appreciate you. Let me know what you want to do for photos, and I got you. Thank you so much. We're at 20, 80 to go. Let's go, baby. 2-0 Devils, and that's on ESPN on ABC. Devils 2, Flyers 0. All the Flyers players dressed up as Rocky, and they had the sweatpants matching, sweatshirt matching, beanie matching, shoes matching, and they all got off the bus like that, all that, right, just to get their ass kicked 2-0 from the Devils. I like it. But I like the camaraderie, for the Flyers, thinking that they had to do something like that to be able to beat the Devils. And I like the idea, but again, Devils up 2-0 so far. You got any new news for me, Reflect? Based off the Seahawks or the Huskies or anything like that? Holy cow. How many members have they had? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, that's cool. How many members are in the band right now? And obviously they had 9 members before, but obviously they replaced some. Come on, Dame. Let's go. You already know what it is with Dame Dalla. Oh, damn it, Dame. That would have been 20. He would have hit like 34. Come on, Dame. Fuck, Dame. Come on, Dame. 21. Let's go. Take your time. Fuck. There we go. There we go. There we go. Four people with a 26. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Dame should have won that. Dame should have gotten 27 or 28 there, or maybe even 30. But again, it all depends on your rhythm and where your money ball rack is at. Is it in the beginning Is it in the middle, or is it on the elbows, or is it at the very end on the last rack? And then you have to hit those 3-point starry balls. You hit the 3-point starry balls. That's 6 right there. Dame was actually very lucky to tie that. There was a chance that he might have, missed that and then got eliminated. So at least he's right there with the other 3. Markkanen, Brunson, Mitchell, Beasley. Boo! Damian Lillard, Karl-Anthony Towns, 2 guys that have actually won it. Halliburton, the hometown kid with a 26, and Ice Tray. But you already know what it is. Dame Dollar. Dame Dollar. And then we'll be doing Daytona 500 tomorrow, and then the NBA All-Star Game. Daytona 500 starts at 11:30, and I think I'll make a thumbnail maybe tonight or tomorrow morning, and I'll give it a try, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it doesn't get rained out, and then we will definitely be doing the NBA All-Star Game at 5, and then again I'll try to do the NASCAR Daytona 500 also, or maybe I'll just watch it with Paisley, but it's not going to hurt to try, and I want to be able to see what we're going to get for viewership and support. And again, we did NASCAR for a couple years. The first year we did it, we got pretty good vibes. The last year we did it, not so much. So, and again, I'll put up a secondary page that'll have all the, where each racer is sitting. So it won't just be me on the screen. They'll have like a stat page on the screen as well. And honestly, I'm a little bit more excited about the Daytona 500 than the NBA All-Star Game, if I'm being honest. But again, we'll have to kind of wait and see how it all plays out. Morgan Lander, Mercedes Lander, Tara McLeod, Ivana, Ivy Jenkins. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the past members, Tanya Candler, Fallon Bowman, Delana Atfield, Jeff Phillips, Lisa Marks, Jennifer Arroyo, and Trish Doan. That's a lot of past members, a lot of beef. Where's the beef? He's cooling down. He was hot. It's a Starry, so it's based off like a Sprite, kind of drink. So they're mirroring it off the sponsorship. So each floor color and the design is going to be different on each event, I think. So based on whoever paid the money, it's like a State Farm, so they're gonna, each thing is based on, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be based off the drink, and then they're giving you that kind of Sprite 7-Up, type of vibe. Halliburton, not doing very good. Halliburton, see you later. Two zero Devils, very aggressive in the matchup, very chippy. Devils notable injuries this season: Dougie Hamilton, 34 games, Hughes, 16, Jonas, 16, Timo, 13, Nico, 11, Palat, 10. Golly. And you're still a good team. God, that beanie is nice. That's a cool look, bro. I really like the helmets and the jerseys. It's very Darth Maul, and I'm fucking digging it. It looks awesome. You guys should wear those more often. Oh, here's Cat. 17 shots on goal for the Devils, 13 for the Flyers. Come on, Cat. Karl-Anthony Towns. Uh-oh. Karl-Anthony. Uh-oh. Oh, 16. I wish. I wish, bro. I miss it bad. Blazer Sonics, I-5 rivalry. Come on, Dame. Let's go, baby. Dame Dalla. He's going to hit 20 on this round. Dame time, baby. 20 points. 20 or more. Come on, it's going to be tough. You might have to get 20 on that last ball. He only needs, 17? Or maybe he'll just stop once he hits 17. Come on, Dame. Come on, Dame. Nice and easy. Uh-oh, not a good start. There we go. 2 for 4. Come on. There we go. Shit. Come on, Dame. He's running out of time. I don't think he'll get to 20 now. Not enough time. Damn it. Nope. Oh, Dame. Hurry! Dame! Hurry, Dame! Nope. Did he get that? Not good. I figure that he might be able to get to 20. That's what you would need right there, or close to 20. Yeah, I like the Dame Dalla. Did he get it? Like, you can be a good 3-point shooter, but that doesn't mean you're going to be good at the 3-point contest. Downtown Freddie Brown, he says. All right, final round. Trae Young, Karl-Anthony Towns, Damian Lillard. Who you got your money on? Probably Towns or Dame again. Those are the two guys that have won it. Not saying that Trae isn't good enough, but I wouldn't mind seeing one of those two guys a repeat win again. Heck yeah. Wow, that's cool. Bro, you should. It's slick, dude. It has Darth Maul vibes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen a lot of jerseys, for covering hockey for the last 2 years, but that one is one of my favorite ones that's not Kraken. Obviously the color scheme is different for the Devils and the Kraken. We're going to be more in white and the blues. You're going to be more with the, kind of the Blazers and like what I'm wearing, more with the red and the black. But I like it, man. It's like simple, there's not a lot of flashiness. It's red with the black, name and the black number, and there's not like an outline, around the number. It's kind of just simple, like one color, but the way that they did the jersey, sometimes simple is better, and sometimes less is more. When you have a lot of colors and other bullshit on it, sometimes it takes away from the jersey. But as far as a simplistic jersey being red and black, I like it, man. Very stylish. Some Reggie Miller, some Craig Hodges, some Larry Bird. You want some old school? Dan Marley, Thunder Dan, Rex Chapman, Dale Ellis, Hersey Hoskins. Hersey? 2-0 Devils. Less than 12 minutes to go in the second period. Come on, Dame. And then you already know. Ooh, Sabrina, Steph. I really hope Sabrina wins. I think that would be really good for basketball. Except for you're going to get like little kid dudes that are going to be hating. But again, the if you actually look at where the NBA is at right now compared to the NHL, MLB, and the NFL, it's not good, ratings wise and whatnot. And, I'm not saying having Sabrina and Caitlin Clark do well is going to make the NBA get more ratings. It's not, but at least it's going to show people that, that the ladies can shoot. They might not be able to do a 360 windmill. We may never see anything like that, like Vince Carter dunking, from a female, but we can definitely see them shoot. And Sabrina and Caitlin Clark are two of the best shooters that are females. So can't wait to see what they do in their careers moving forward. Flyers just scored 2-1. Oh, I know. It's crazy too because I don't have anything written down, on any of my streams. I don't have like notes or everything is just like from collecting cards and reading on the back and just, going through all the magazines and all the cards and all the games and all the memorabilia, all the shooters back in the day. I can name drop for days: wrestlers, basketball players, baseball players, football players, hockey players, jobbers, whatever player you want. You want to talk about Mookie Blaylock, you want to go to God Shamgod, you want Rex Chapman, you let me know where you want to go, You want some Kerry Kittles, Keith Van Horn. I'll be dropping names that no one's even said in years. What do you know about the Keith Van Horn? Rob Van Winkle, Eric Piakowski, Benoit Benjamin. Sometimes I like looking at old binders of cards just to look at the obscure names of the guys, Craig Elo, It's like, all I got to do is just think back, of a team, and then I can think of the players. So it's like you think of like the Hawks, so they had like Mookie Blaylock, and you think of Kevin Willis. Kevin Willis had those big buff arms, and he looked like a wrestler, But then I think about like the jobber players like John Concack, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like if you remember, that era, you'll remember even the obscure lower name guys. Hell, you might even have cards of some of those guys from back in the day. 2-1 Devils. Flyers just scored. Good old Dale Ellis. Hersey Hawkins. I feel like Hersey Hawkins and Dale Ellis are kind of like synced together. Like there's certain people, and Del Curry. Like there's going to be certain shooters that are in that era that are all grouped together. Del Curry, Hersey Hawkins, Dale Ellis. So I feel like if you know sports back in that time, that will all make sense. But, oh, nice by Towns hitting that 3 ball there. Winning score will probably have to be, what, over 26, you would think, right? Rushed that first one. He should have took his time there. Nice job, Cat. Cat's got good form for being a big guy, and that's why he was able to win this. 24, that might not be good enough. Yeah. So, so Cat had 24. Trey will have, what, 25, 26, and then Dame will have 27 to 30. Someone's going to get hot this round. Cat, you fucking post it, and I'll fucking like it, just like everything else. I support my friends. Oh, they're getting chippy here with the Devils and the Flyers. All right, here we go. Moneyball rotation rack. Let's see what we got here. All right, Trey. 24 from Cat. So you would assume that Trey will get to 26, and then it's going to be 27 to 30 for Dame to be able to win. Unless Trey gets less than Cat. But I like Cat's form, and I can see why he won the 3-point contest for being a big guy in the past. I don't know if I like the area that Trey's got his Moneyball rack in, though, and that's why I don't think he's going to win. Now he's getting a little hot now. There we go. That was a good one. Yeah, hold on. Do you want me to use that photo, or do you want me to try to find another one that doesn't have like a mark on it? Yeah, Trey rushed it. Trey, now he ice cold. You ice cold, bro. You ice cold. Now you got your money rack here. Let's see. Oh, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Right here. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Wow. Dame is going to win. Dame only has to get 24, 25 to win. He'll do that. This one's over. Dame Dollar, back-to-back champs. You had to have gotten 26 or 27 to put the pressure on Dame. Now to only have to get 25 or more, Dame is going to win 100%. No question. All right, come on, Dame. Come on, Dame. Go, Dame. Come on, Dame. Focus. Come on, Dame. You're the best shooter out of everybody. There's no excuses. Dame Dollar. There we go. It's like you got to have like Dame, Steph, and Clay. You know, you got to have like the best guys. Come on, Dame. Take your time. There we go, Dame. There we go. Story. Fuck. You missed the story ball. You needed that. Uh-oh. Come on, baby. You won. Dame Dollar. Come on, Dame. Oh, Dame's missing. All right. Dame time, baby. It took him into that last fucking ball to get it, but he got it. There we go, Dame. There we go, baby. Dame time, back to back. Rip City. He normally doesn't miss that many on that last rack like that, too. It took the last ball for him to be able to win, but hell, hey, at least he won. A little GP action. Nice job, Dame. Dame Dollar. Ooh, here we go. Kitty is an all-female Canadian metal band formed in London. I thought that one would be a little bit better. Repeated first time since Jason Capono. There's a name for you, Jason Capono. I remember Capono and UCLA in the tourney. Like I said, that sometimes you're known more for what you did in the tourney or in college at UCLA with that headband than what he did in the pros. Yeah. Is this last one that you sent? Is she the lead singer? I like her tattoos. No, this one isn't. But that other one was one that let me see if I can put this one up for you. I'll send it to Sarah, and then I'll be able to put it over. Nice job, Dame. Good drama to make us wait to the last shot. But that should be the person that wins based off that competition. Steph versus Sabrina, baby. That's what I wanted to watch. Let's go. Devils 2, Flyers 1. Less than 9 minutes to go. 4-on-4. I like the tats. Looks like she's double sleeved. Got some there on the neck. Dame Dolla, back-to-back champs. Next up, Sabrina and Steph, baby. And then we'll get to the dunk contest. And then hopefully we can get the Devils to win for Odin. Today is February, 17th. MLB players that are still available: Blake Snell, Cody Bellinger, Jordan Montgomery, Matt Chapman, JD Martinez, Tommy Pham, Gio Urshela, Michael Taylor, Hyun Jin Ryu, Adam Duvall, Brandon Woodruff, Liam Hendricks. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of fucking good talent that's not signed yet. Yeah. Kitty to Stefan and Sabrina, baby. Let's go. Yeah, no kidding, man. It's like everyone is there together trying to celebrate something, and then you got two people, that ended up, ruining the celebration for many, many others, and you had one person lose their life, and then, more than 20 people got hurt. So, it's like anytime you end up having a big gathering, there's always a risk of someone being stupid with a weapon and something bad happening, unfortunately. Prayers up to all the people that got hurt, as well as the young woman that lost her life. I believe she was like a radio personality there in that area. So, radio or TV. So, prayers up for her and her family. Devils 2, Flyers 1. All right. Devils still got a power play. Another 30 seconds. Finley in the building. What's good, bro? I'm doing good. Just watching the Devils and the Flyers, as well as this NBA All-Star Saturday night. And then tomorrow, Daytona 500 stream, most likely, unless I decide just to do the NBA All-Star game at 5. So Daytona 500 at 11:30 a.m., which was very early. And then NBA All-Star game is on at 5. So it's like I'm more interested in Daytona 500, but the NBA All-Star game has a better time slot. So. Now you got to think both of them are going to be able to, break records. Or having Caitlin and Sabrina going one-on-one. That would be pretty cool too. Or if they end up doing 2-on-2 or however they do this, but like Steph and Dame versus Sabrina and Caitlin. That's what I want to see. Yes, I'm ready to see this shit. Like, and it also depends on who the WNBA player is, and it has to be someone that, can actually shoot, that has game. So Sabrina ain't the only one that can do this every year, and like I said, Caitlin is very capable. And that's what I want to be able to see, who can shoot the three better between the two. Because, both of them are very, very good when they get into their element. So, all right, Odin, I appreciate your support. I'll be watching the rest of the Devils game for you. Love you, and I appreciate you. I know things have been tough in the last couple days. If you ever need anything, you message me, and I'll consistently try to check up on you to make sure that you are doing all right. Love you, bro. Go Ducks, baby. 37 points. Like, can Steph even get through? Yeah. You know what helps out with that? Not necessarily like booze and beer, but, dispensary, edible type stuff will definitely help with that. I've noticed that, anytime you end up being in a little bit of funk or you need a little, you end up having an edible or something like that, it makes things better. It really does. The longer you go, without an edible or without a visit to the dispensary, the longer that your bad mood or your up and down mood will be. You end up taking care of yourself on that regard, things will be better. Go Sabrina. Go Ducks. All right, let me go get let me get a drink here before we get started. All right, 2-1 Devils. Here we go, baby. A minute 10 to shoot as many of the 27 basketballs, 4 racks, 4 game balls, 1 money ball, 5th rack, all money balls, 1 point, 2 points, and 3 points. And they're acting like Sabrina or like Caitlin Clark can't shoot from the NBA 3. They can. If you've ever watched any of their games or highlights, it's very clear. The way that Steph and Dame shoot, Sabrina and Caitlin Clark can shoot the same way. All right, talk soon, bro. Oh, fucking O-line. Are you kidding me, bro? O-line. Anytime you need to end up building a roster, it's always best to build it on O-line and D-line. But if you end up doing it, you have to hit on the pick. You don't want to, you don't want to end up grabbing an offensive lineman and then all of a sudden the guy gets hurt or he ends up being a bust, and then that sets you back even further. There's going to be plenty of wide receiver talent, to be able to grab, but offensive lineman talent will be less. There won't be as many, great offensive linemen that will be still available after, second, third, fourth round. A lot of them are going to be going in that first round. And I'm not even talking about like Jackson Powers. All right, baby, let's go. Dame Dalla, I saw you. Nice job. Yeah, and like I said, Caitlin Clark is the face of college hoops right now. She was last year for a chunk of it, and then this year breaking the records. I don't think there's a male player bigger than her in the tourney this season. So, with Caitlin Clark, if she can have a couple 40 burgers, a couple 50 burgers, or even end up hitting a 60 burger in the tourney, like I said, it's just going to bring more awareness, not only for the WNBA and college hoops, but for basketball in general. So for all the people that are hating on Sabrina and hating on Caitlin Clark, they should be happy that they actually have people that have a skill set to bring awareness to the sport. Because if you really look at just the guys and the NBA, it's not very good. Besides Wemby, that's really the only must-see TV thing that's on right now, for the NBA as far as like a rookie or, something worth watching. I don't even know if Giannis is must-see TV anymore. You know what I mean? He's a great player, but all right, come on, Sabrina. Come on, baby. And Oregon would have won the championship. Look at Sabrina. Bang, 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 baby. You acting like Sabrina don't got no game. Get the fuck out of here. Go Ducks. Go Ducks. Look at this shit. Oh, she can't shoot? She can't shoot from the men's three-point line? Bullshit. Look at this. Putting on a fucking show. Putting on a show. Steph, you going down, bro. Oh, that would have been big if she could have made that. Come on, Sabrina. Come on, Sabrina. Get to 28. 28 or higher. Come on, Sabrina. Let's go. Let's go, Sabrina. She couldn't make either. That's 6 points she left on the board. That could have been 25 right there. Then she could have been pacing for maybe 30, 32. Now, ice cold now on this rack. Fuck. Come on, Sabrina. There we go. Finish strong. Come on, Sabrina. Come on, Sabrina. Cold on those last couple racks. 26, just like the men's. There we go. I mean, she didn't do very good on those last two, but 26 is as good as the guys, right? So, again, there wasn't any, 35 or 36 point performance, and maybe Steph will get 30 plus, you know what I mean? But what a hell of a start for Sabrina to start out of the gate, 4 for 5? But since she didn't get to 30, Steph should be able to beat this. Steph should be able to get to 27. Magic number for so many people this year. It's not what she wanted. Plus, what was her record? 36 or 37? So if she just could have got on fire like she did on that first rack with one of those last two racks, she would have gotten to 30 to 35. But again, lots of pressure. and even if you're a good shooter, Steph definitely can get 27 to 30, 35, but we'll see if he does. Oh, missed the first one. There's one. Missed the third one. 2 for 4, 3 for 5 on that first rack. He's at 4. Oh, Steph heating up. Steph heating up. Steph heating up. Woo! Steph heating up. Nope. And like I said, hitting those Sprite balls and whatnot. It's not Sprite, obviously, but hitting that particular ball in each corner, that's 6 right there. 3 and 3. 15. Oh, and both of them missed both of those because that's 6 points right there. That's a big swing. Ooh, 21. Pressure's on. 23, 25, 27. He just won. 29. Nice job, Curry. But a good performance for Sabrina. It's not like Sabrina got, 16 or 6. You know what I mean? Like she got 26. So mad love for Sabrina, and too bad she wasn't able to beat Steph. But it's not like she lost by a lot. She only lost by 3. So great job. 4-1 Devils. Wow, they scored 2 goals after that period there. All the other NBA players rooting for Steph to lose. So if Sabrina wasn't able to do it, maybe Caitlin Clark, maybe Caitlin might be the one that does it. Guy Fieri. Wow, Devils really kicking ass. Exactly. If you can shoot, you can shoot. And it just sucks because with COVID, we got robbed of her being able to possibly win a championship for Oregon. So, and they definitely would have been one of the top 4 teams that year, maybe one of the top 2. They were very deep that year. Would have been cool to do 2 rounds. Also, too, we're talking about like the best shooter, arguably ever of all time. So and Sabrina's smart. She's not going to be wearing nails, when she's going to be trying to shoot. She can just have the painted nails because you don't want to make sure that you're going to be smooth and crisp out there. 4-2 Devils on the Flyers. And good for her to get the 26 and Curry to get the 29. You don't want to have Sabrina go out there and get 16 and he gets 30. So mad respect. Curry and Dame versus Steph and Curry and Dame versus Sabrina and Caitlin. Nice job. Well, that was good. All right, next up, dunk contest, which will be won by McClung. End of the second period, 4-2 Devils on the Flyers in the Stadium Series outside at MetLife. And then we'll get a chance to see a little McClung doing some 360 windmill action, baby. All right, this is next. We got Jaylen Brown, Ahmed Jekas Jr., Jacob Toppin, formerly Obi Toppin, and Mac McClung. I don't see any way that anyone other than Mac wins this. I don't see any possibility of the other three. And that's a problem with the dunk contest where you have one guy that is well known, Jaylen Brown, one guy that's just known for winning the dunk contest last year in McClung, and then two other guys that aren't really as well known to the average NBA fan. That's the problem. Yeah, well, what made it good is someone that can actually dunk, and you can have like some 360 windmills, and you got someone that can do it. But again, it's never going to compete with Aaron Gordon or Levine or Vince Carter or Dominique and Jordan or Drexler. Hell, they even have guys like Larry Nance competing with like Jordan and Dominique and Clyde, and it's nowhere near what it used to be. It actually was something that was pride to be able to be the best dunker, but he also was the best athletes. They actually cared. But hopefully it ends up being entertaining. But I would be shocked if anybody wins besides Mac. Mac has got the best hops and the best creativity. So I don't see any scenario where he doesn't win, just like Dame won back to back. So. Right. But do you think he's good enough to beat McClung based on what you saw last year from him? I mean, we don't know. I mean, some of these guys will have to wait and see what they come up with. So, all right, Jaime. What do you got in your bag, Jaime? Jaime Jaquez Jr. Jacob Toppin, Obi Toppin. All right, Jacob. They're like, who's that? Everyone's like, who the fuck is Jacob Toppin and Jaime? No one knows who the fuck that is. Jaylen Brown, the only one that anyone knows who that is. You only have one recognizable name, and if McClung didn't win it last year, it would be like, who? I mean, unless you actually watched him in high school, college, or, the G League. He's got hops, and that's what you need. Hops and creativity. Nothing like a short white dude that's got hops to fucking get people out of their seats, man. You got the bounce, though. Shout out to Steph. I see you, Sabrina. And we got one last dunk contest until we finish the stream. And then obviously we'll have the third period. So I think they'll both end around the same time with the Stadium Series and as well as this. So Devils are up 4-2 on the Flyers. Red Wings and Kraken is on early on Monday, 12:30. Why are they on so early? Why is hockey on so early on Monday? 9:30 a.m. is the first game on Monday? That's crazy. Kraken Red Wings is on at 12:30, but then the latest games are the Blackhawks and Hurricanes at 4, Senators and Lightning at 4. Okay, that makes sense. I was about to say it's got to be some kind of like holiday or something like that. I mean, normally I'm working, 7 days a week. Every once in a while, if there's nothing really that good, we might have a day or two off during the week. But I don't like taking days off. I like to be able to grind, but there has to be something worth doing, and we want to make sure that we have a little time for ourselves as well. So nice job by Dame. Nice job by Steph. And we'll see if Mac McClung or it'll be Jacob Toppin, Jaime Jaquez Jr. or Jaylen Brown. But, I mean, let's be honest. When you look at those 4 names, nobody gets that excited. Mac McClung can dunk because he won it last year. But, I mean, that's the problem. This is like the main event. And you got 2 guys that nobody even knows who they are. And you got one guy that's well known on the Celtics, and then the only reason we know McClung is because he won the dunk contest last year. So essentially, you got 3 no-name guys and Jaylen Brown. That's the problem with the dunk contest. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. Chief in the building. What's good? It's been a minute. How are you, bro? Damn, they got the Jonas Brothers. They got all kinds of people performing at the Stadium Series. They're really trying to make it like a big event, huh? Yeah, congrats on that Super Bowl, man. Back to back. I don't get predictions wrong. Like I said, I think I'm like 21 out of 22 in the Super Bowl in the last like 22 years. And the only one I got wrong was the Eagles, and I figured that, with Jaylen, that defense would come up with enough plays for them to win by 3. But again, I'll never go against Mahomes ever again. The only teams that are really able to beat Mahomes is, Tom Brady and the Bucs and Joe Burrow and the Bengals. And that's it. So I learned my lesson, They got three chips, and they only lost one to Tampa. So I'll take that. Tampa Bay's legacy stays in place. For my 2002 Bucks, and then obviously, back in around that 2020 time with my Buccaneers with Brady, Gronk, and fly like a butterfly, sting like CTEAB. I'm good, man. I'm just grinding, just doing a different events, pretty much every day. NFL and college football are over. So now it's more NHL, wrestling, WWE, AEW, NBA. We'll do a little March Madness next month. And then obviously NASCAR and Major League Baseball are just, kind of on the cusp right now. Daytona 500 is tomorrow, and then baseball starts in a couple weeks, and then we'll kind of transition into those things as well. So $20, let's get to a hundo, 80 to go. But I hope everything has been going good for you, bro. Yeah, and it's cool because you won it without Tyreek, then you won it without Bieniemy, even though Bieniemy came back to help you guys and coach you guys up and give you guys some motivation. But it shows you it's like you won it, a couple ways by having a top 5 offense. Then you had certain pieces leave like Bieniemy and Tyreek, and then you were able to make the defense top 2, in the top 5, and then that ended up being the difference. So Freddie Jones, wow. Fred Jones. Go Ducks. Curry 29, Sabrina 26. Mitch Richmond, that's an old school name. There we go. Yeah, but it shows you defense wins games and defense wins championships. And Mahomes using his legs, in the third, fourth, and overtime was the difference. Because if they kept handing it off to Pacheco up the gut, they would have lost. So sometimes you have to adjust. And if you can find a way to adjust, and nobody's better at adjustments, than Andy Reid and Mahomes, and you got to give Spags a lot of credit as well. Dominique, I see you. But if they didn't improv, on some RPOs and have some design runs for Mahomes, you guys probably wouldn't have won that Super Bowl. So, great job. Great for the Chiefs' legacy. Yeah. And again, you guys are the modern day New England Patriots. And, if any team can three-peat, it's you guys, But even if you don't three-peat, it's very clear that, there's a very good chance to get, 4, 5, 6, 7 championships with this team. Now, it all depends on how long Andy Reid coaches and how long Kelsey is with Mahomes. Because once Kelsey or Mahomes, Mahomes, and Reid, and that combination breaks up, that's like Phil Jackson, Kobe, and Shaq, or Phil Jackson, Scottie Pippen, and Michael Jordan. So when the trifecta gets up, we don't know what's going to happen. But as long as the trifecta is in place, and obviously making sure to have Chris Jones sign when he sat out earlier in the year, it shows you how important Chris Jones really is. Yeah, I don't think anyone has heard Fred Jones' name. That's like back with like Luke Rittenauer and Luke Jackson, the old school days, back in the late 90s and the early 2000s. When the Ducks actually were pretty fucking good for college men's hoops. God, the Jonas Brothers are still going in the Stadium Series. All right, baby. All right, let's see what Jaime can do. Ooh. I mean, he's got his head down. Yeah, the hair in slow-mo is cool. I don't know. I mean, to me, that isn't really a 10. That's like, 8.5 to a 9. You know, like there's going to be something that's going to be much like when you see McClung move in the air, it's going to, that was cool, but I don't think that's a 10 cool. I don't even know if that's necessarily a 9.5 cool. Like that to me is like 8.5 to a 9. Not to be a hater, but I mean, there's going to be dunks way better than that. But the hair was a 10. The hair was a 10, but overall, 47s, 48s, 47.4. That's pretty accurate. I was going to say out of a 50, I was going to say 47 or 48 overall based off the judges. Shaq's glasses moved a little bit there. But the hair, though, the hair got him some extra points. So 47.4, not bad for dunk number one, but I guarantee we're going to get a 50 on this first round. Oh, wow. All right, Jacob. Oh, that was about the same. You know what I mean? I like that it was like reverse. You know what I mean? My ooh will get bigger. Ooh, and when I get out of my seat, but yeah, you know what I mean? Like I said, these ones are too simple. This is the dunk contest. We got spoiled with Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine and Vince Carter, Jordan and Dominique. It's like it's all right. You know what I mean? But it's not like, I mean, what are we going to give that one? Around the same kind of score, right? 47, 48 overall. Yeah. He didn't. He didn't. I mean, obviously the hair didn't flow. He didn't. He doesn't get a 10 on the hair like Jaime did. But I would almost essentially give that almost the same kind of score. I guess one is better because it was Shaq, I guess, but I mean the reverse looks a little bit more sexy, on the film. I don't know. I would say that was about the same. Yeah, I saw that MJ 61, born in what 63. Crazy, like certain things I should not know, but I know. All right, here we go, Jaylen Brown, baby. Or even even with Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine, or even going Blake Griffin. Like even if you don't like Blake Griffin and he's like can't really play anymore and he's old, Blake Griffin put on a fucking show. Hell, even Dwight Howard had a few years. You know what I'm saying? Kerry Kittles. Yeah, that's crazy because I actually brought up Kerry Kittles earlier in the broadcast. Weird, just a random name. ESP, I guess. They didn't even show the dunk. Good job with the broadcast there on TNT. They didn't even show the dunk. They literally were showing the other guy when he dunked it. Nice job. Good job, cameraman. Let me see this Jaylen dunk here. I'm not impressed. Weak. That's the worst one out of the three. Weak. I like Jaylen Brown, but that's weak, dude. That's that's like all sevens, eights. It's like a 40. 40 combined. 40 to 44. Wow, no way. 48, 49. You're telling me that was better than the other two? Weak. Give me the other 2 dunks over that one. I've seen that in the game. What's so special about that? That ain't special. I expect more out of Brown. I mean, I don't expect you to jump over anyone, but all right. Well, McClung is just gonna fucking shut this bitch down with a 50. So almost every dunk Mac will do will be a 50. And if he doesn't get a 50, it'll be like 48s or 49s, but almost everything should be a 50. All right. Come on, Mac. Redeem this dunk contest. Oh, we missed it. Oh, he tried to do a double dunk, huh? Yeah, pulls this off. It's a 50. There we go. Oh! It's over. It's over. You got nobody has hops or creativity like it's over. You might as well end the contest already. I already told you Mac was winning. Not even close. Look at that. You know what would be good is if we would have gotten Mac as a sleeper going against like Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine, and those guys. Then we would have actually had a really, like if it was Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon, Mac McClung, and like Dwight Howard when he was like younger. Then you'd be like, okay, that's a fucking dunk contest. You know what I mean? 46? Darnell Tillman, get the fuck out of here. You got to be shitting me. That was a 50. Boo. What is that? That was by far the best dunk. And then someone, come on, bro. They grabbed it, let it go, grabbed it, and then dunked it. I've never seen that before. Well, you know, there you go. You got a bunch of fogies out there that don't even know shit, that aren't even paying attention. Well, the cameraman couldn't even get the fucking dunk from Jaylen Brown, so I doubt that they were even watching. But that's ridiculous. That was a 50. There's no way in hell that those 3 dunks combined were even better than the one that we just saw by Mac. Ridiculous. I mean, if that's not a 50, why are we watching? You're going to give them a 46? Like the lowest number out of all participants? Get the fuck out of here. Some dunks are going to be hard. Ridiculous. They have the wrong people judging. I mean, anyone that throws up a 46 after a dunk like that does not deserve to do the scores the rest of the way. Because you obviously don't know basketball whatsoever. I don't even care if you're a former player. But let's be honest, based off the dunk itself, I mean, what are you giving a 46 for? The only thing that you can come up with is that he didn't do it on the first try because it was hard. It was a hard dunk. We've never seen that before. Fucking old heads. And I bet that dunk right there by Jaime was supposedly better too, huh? Dumb. I mean, are you going to get people to boycott the dunk contest? We already don't really like it to begin with. And, you know, even though we know it's the main event because you have shitty participants in it, and then you actually get a guy that's the best that won it last year. Only thing Jaime's got going for him is that fucking beautiful hair. I suppose that's a 50 to these old heads. Stupid. 4-2 Devils on the Flyers. We're in the third period. Yeah, instead of Kodak Black, we got Kodak Matt. Yeah. Yeah, you're barely dunking it. You know, it's like you have to be able to have power with it as well. And you have to understand that Mac McClung is short. He's not as tall as the other guys. So it shows that he's got hops, and that creativity. I mean, the shorter the player is, the harder it is to be able to get up there. Unless you're just like a freak of nature, which Mac McClung is. Oh, Puka was nice. Reflect, did you see the first dunk that McClung did? And some old head gave him a 46. It was like the best dunk out of the 4 participants by far. And they gave him like one of the lowest scores. Stupid. No credibility. No credibility. I mean, are people even watching? It's like, are the judges blind? They must be. Oh my God. That one was okay. That one was pretty clean. But again, if these judges are going to be lowering the score by multiple points because it's the second attempt, I mean, some dunks are hard. I mean, what do they expect? That old head can fucking do this dunk? Fuck no. Dumb, man. McClung dunk was the best one so far, by far. That one was a close second, but the McClung dunk was better. Yeah, so he goes to like jump over, a guy, and then the guy has the ball here, grabs the ball, lets it go, grabs it, and then reverses it. But obviously, the first attempt at McClung, he missed it because it was so difficult. But I mean, that should have been a 50, but apparently these old heads don't know what a good dunk is. Yeah, and apparently that's what these judges are doing. They're penalizing these people for misses. But I mean, that was the second best dunk that I've seen so far, but it wasn't better than Max. I mean, other people can dunk, right? But the only one that's going to make you be like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? Like, get out of your chair or do what I did on that first dunk. Mac is the only one that has the ability to make me do. There's nobody that's going to make me do that or get me to jump out of the chair besides him. Period. When my face changes from this to that, yeah, the dunk was probably pretty good. This wasn't as good as his first dunk, but tell him, Kenny. Yeah, first dunk was better than that dunk. Because you gotta look at like style points, like moving your body in the air, and you also have to factor in the height of the guy. You know what I mean? But of course, these guys are wow. So they got 250s. The guy, okay, so the guy that ended up giving Mac on the first dunk a 46, which was way better than the second dunk, made up for it because he got bitched at, and then gave him a 50 on that dunk. These guys don't know fucking anything. This is ridiculous. How are you going to give a dunk 4 points higher that was not even close to being as good as the first dunk? If I'm not dancing or making faces or moving in the chair counterclockwise or clockwise, it ain't a good dunk. I'm sorry. Shit. Nobody even wanted to pass his ass the ball. Buster can't even play. Got like 4 points. Like, yeah, I see you on Twitch and all that, but you can't ball, bro. Yeah, Micah Parsons, played well. Puka played well. Micah can ball. Puka can ball. course, social media guys, you know. Even Odin said, I flipped to the dunk contest and they did the wrong. They're not judging correctly. I totally agree. That's what they're going to be talking about this. Yeah, what the fuck are you wearing, Tatum? What fucking kind of coat is that? Lame. Lame. Why? Just because you got him on there on the socials on like some fucking live? Like that, I'm supposed to give that a 10? Fuck out of here. 5-2 Devils. Lame. D Brown. That ain't no D Brown. Please. And then he puts his arm down at the end. Lame. Lame. I mean, I don't mind the Celtics. Okay, I don't mind Brown and Tatum. You know, they don't bother me one bit, but that was lame as shit. 48 and 47s? Who are these people? Who are these people? Golly. This is the worst judging I've ever seen in a dunk contest. And that's what's going to, if Mac doesn't end up winning it, you know, based off these scores, you know. Darnell Hillman, no one gives a shit about Darnell. Darnell's a dumbass. Giving a dunk that fucking deserves a 50, a 46, and then a dunk that deserved to get a 48 or a 47, right? And then you give that one a 50. I mean, I've watched every dunk contest since they started them, and I've never seen. I mean, sometimes you'll get like one judge that is like definitely doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, and then everyone else is pretty much on point. But that's unfortunate. But you already know McClung will come up with some nasty, you know, here. So I know he'll win. Unless you end up getting a 50 dunk and they give it a 46 again. And it's like, why even have Toppin and Jaime in the dunk contest? Like, at least have it be someone that we know. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least have it be someone that we know. How many people actually know those two players? You know, not many. At least the Devils are winning for Odin. 38 shots on goal for the Flyers, and obviously on this outside stadium series, and 32 shots on goal for the Devils, but they got 5 goals out of that. 5-2 Devils. 13 minutes to go. Well, Celtics need a better depth. You know, if they ever want to win a championship, it has to be more than just Brown and Tatum because they're not good enough to win a championship with just them two. You know, it has to be a good supporting cast, a great bench, and maybe even a better coach. You know, so it's like at some point, you know what I mean? Like they're good enough to make the Eastern Conference Finals here and there, but to be able to win it all, I don't know if they're going to ever be able to beat the Western Conference. You know, unless they end up getting another superstar, you know, to join those two. But then not only that, they would have to improve their bench as well. Unbelievable. I've never seen judging this bad. That's the man right there. Believe that. Shit, even Kodak Matt knows. All right, how many more likes do we need to be able to get to 20? How far away are we? All right, 6 more, 5 more. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X and the people that are in the room. If you haven't smashed the like button, please do to help us with our algorithm. And we only need 5 more to get to the goal for likes, which is going to be 20 or more on every stream. So Dame Dalla, electric. Steph and Sabrina, electric. Skills competition, not so much. Dunk contest. I mean, there's some dunks, but I mean, again, it's like Vince Carter could literally be like blindfolded and old and do better dunks than a lot of these guys besides Mac. You know what I mean? Like there's certain guys that have that flash and that body contortion and they have the hops, but the McClung dunk was by far the best. Great white hype, baby. Mac attack. Yeah, but the thing is, dunk contests, but at least they have a McClung in, the actual dunk contest because you want to have at least one guy that's got and one flavor. You want one guy that actually has creativity and hops. You got to have at least a Levine, an Aaron Gordon, a Vince Carter. You need to have one out of the 4 guys, so that way you can at least see something that maybe you haven't seen before. But there's only one dunk that made me get out of my seat, and is that first one by Mac. Everything else is even Mac's second dunk wasn't as good as his first one. And I wasn't really impressed with that Jalen dunk, honestly. It was all right. All right, show me Jalen. All right, well, you can put the jersey on and and show some love that way, which is awesome to be able to show. But you can't. You got to be able to get the dunk though, bro. Come on, Jalen. I mean, I like the tribute with the jersey, but that doesn't deserve a 10. The tribute is thoughtful, for Terrence Clark. But let's be honest, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is this, an 8? I've seen that in a game before. What's so special about that? Nothing. And I like Jaylen Brown, but that was weak. Well, Flyers were the goal. 5-3. Wow, 8 goals in the Stadium Series outside. Judges booed. Like I said, this is the worst judging ever, I think. I don't think we've ever seen judging this bad. 48.6 off that dunk? You got to be shitting me. Who are these people? I know Dominique is out there, but let's go, Mac. Oh, but I imagine when he makes this dunk, he'll get what, 45, 44, 40? Almost got it. He had the power there. I mean, the first dunk he did should have been a 10. But again, the other guys can't do the dunks that he can do because he's got more hops and he's got more contortion to his body. Come on, Mac. If he would have made the first one, but still. And then the little flare at the end. You know, you have to be able to understand with the dunk contest what it consists of. You have to be able to look at the power, the grace, the body contortion, and then what you do with your legs and your arms as you're coming down with the dunk. You know, are you doing the jump man, you know, where your legs are spread? You have to be able to look at every little subtle detail in the dunk. And that's why some of these judges are too fucking old. They probably can't even see the little details. They're too far away. Look at Darnell with a 48, old fuck. Jesus Christ, dude. Old fuck needs to get his fucking monocle tested. All right, like, what are you looking at? Yeah, see, and also like how far back you are too. It's like these people have to realize, you know, you can do a similar dunk as someone else, but if someone is jumping farther back, you know, 48.8, ridiculous, dude. You're telling me that that dunk was only 0.2 better than Jalen's? Darnell, the big dum dum. He's the one that's he by far is the dumbest, you know, because you got Dominique out there, you got Freddie Jones, right? But I haven't really had a problem with most of the. But Darnell, that guy, he don't know shit, dude. That guy's been doing, and then he's bringing all the scores down that should have been higher. It's like you see a 10 dunk and you give it a 6, idiot. Yeah, but a lot of times you have to understand dunks are predetermined. A lot of times these guys have already been predetermining what kind of dunk or they've been practicing it. Some guys are doing it on the fly, of course, but the ones that typically win, they've been working on their dunks, you know, going into the contest. So it's not like, oh, I need to do this dunk. You know, it's like they already have in their mind like what kind of dunk that they're planning on doing. But again, you know, it's also about being creative. But again, Jalen cannot move his body in the air the same way Matt can. And Matt is shorter, so you have to take that in consideration too. But even though he's shorter, he's got more hops and the dunks look better. You got the Michael Jackson glove. I don't know. Yeah, that's a 48, you know. 49s and a 50? Dominique, you are smoking crack. Get out of here. That's a 50? Oh, not only do you have shitty participants in the dunk contest, even the judges are worse than the participants. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so kind of bullshit. You're telling me a left dunk is better than jumping two people? Stupid. Yeah, the judges are going to get ripped apart on socials, bro. 5-3 Devils. So you put on a sparkly glove and dunk with your left hand, and that's supposed to be the best? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you already know in a dunk contest, doesn't have like multiple 50s. Like, if you're a dunk champion, I mean, like almost every dunk should be a 50. So obviously it's going to be a 50 dunk, right? And then the Darnell guy is going to give him like a 6 out of 10. 5-3 Devils. This is over. McClung already won. Anyone that thought that any of the other three could beat him is ridiculous. Let's go. Oh, was that a 6? Yeah, McClung looks like 5'11", 6'6". If that's not a 50, he won. You gotta make sure that to make up for the other ones, but 50, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Finally, the judges get it right. Jesus Christ. Nice job, Mac. But again, you have to give him some competition. You got to give someone Mac can go up against. So it's like, give me Mac, give me Wemby. Because I think Wemby, even though he's tall, I think that he could do something that we've never seen before. And that's what I want to see. I want to see Wemby in the dunk contest because I think Wemby could be a guy that could beat Mac, even though it's like two opposite ends of the spectrum. You get one guy, that's like Manute Bol, Sean Bradley, type of size, but more athletic. And then you get a guy that looks like he's 5'11", 6 foot, the great white hype. So. Wow, they got one. They got one round correct. John Stanky, just like those coaches and those fucking judges. Stanky. 5-3 Devils. Less than 7 minutes to go. But that's what happens, when you got a guy that won the dunk contest that's athletic, and you got 3 other guys that are nowhere near the stratosphere that he's in. You got to be, like I said, the only way that it's going to be a good contest if it was like Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine, Dwight Howard in his prime, and then McClung, and then that's a dunk contest because you don't actually know who's going to win because all of them are going to do something crazy. That's a dunk contest. That's what I'm used to. Not one guy out of 4 that can actually dunk. Judges are ass. Good. McClung getting that bag. Good for him. Well, they better have someone in there that can actually dunk, if they want, like I said, the All-Star festivities for the NBA, obviously they're going to get a lot of attention, but the NBA All-Star weekend is not as good as people think it is. It's not on the MLB scale, and obviously hockey is only going to be for so many people. All right, we got the last 5 minutes left here with the Stadium Series, so I'm going to watch that. And then once that finishes, then we'll end the stream. Any other photos or anything else that you guys want to see, let me know. Yeah. And plus, if they're not going to, give him the love based off his hops, and his creativity and being able to contort his body, right? At least get someone like Shaq involved, and then that might, that's what ultimately got him over the top. So $2 million, 105K, that can go a long ways. Does it go to charity or does it go to him? But when you actually watched the dunk contest last year, I mean, I don't even have to watch. I already knew who was going to win, and I know I'm not the only one that thought that. Like, who in their fucking sane mind thought that Jaime and Jacob would be good choices? It's one thing to have Jaylen Brown, that's a recognizable name, but I don't consider him a dunker. So it's like, why is he even in the fucking contest? Give me Mac McClung and Wemby, damn it. All right, 4:05 to go for the Flyers and the Devils. You guys let me know what you want to do for photos. Reflect. If you want some Huskies or some Seahawks, you let me know, and I got you. Nice job, Mac. Shaden Sharp from the Blazers, that would be a good one. He can dunk. That would actually be entertaining if he was in it. Yeah, but again, because the NBA, they don't take it serious. You know what I mean? The skills competition, they don't take it serious. The only things that they take serious is maybe the 3-point contest and obviously Steph and Sabrina. You know what I mean? But they don't have the best dunkers or the best people involved. But if you ended up getting even like Ja, Zion, Wemby, and then Mac McClung, that's a fucking dunk contest. That would be legit where you don't know who would win, You can even throw Shaden Sharp in there too. But you got to get guys that actually can dunk, to make it worthwhile. But again, like I said, it all started obviously with like Kobe and LeBron. They didn't want to do it either. So, I mean, like I said, after Jordan and Dominique and everything and Vince Carter, it all went downhill after that. We were just lucky enough that Aaron Gordon and Levine were good dunkers, even though as lower name players, All right, you guys let me know what you want to do for photos here in the last couple minutes, and I got you. You let me know. I'm just going to finish up this outdoor hockey matchup, and then we will call it a day. And then I got to go eat dinner, take Paisley on a walk. Then we got Daytona 500 tomorrow. I may or may not do that stream, and that's at 11:30 a.m. And then at 5, we'll do the NBA All-Star game. So that one will be a lot of alley-oops and no defense for 3 quarters, and then 1 quarter of semi-defense. Time slot is better for that. Daytona 500 on at 11:30 is kind of early, but less than 3 minutes to go. Empty net for Philly. 2:31 left. Right. Well, up the ante, you know what I mean? Make it important. Like, why do you think baseball is the best? Because, like, before it was like whoever won got home field advantage in the World Series. That's a big deal, you know? Devils fans having fun. We can do food. If you guys want to do food, I miss the days where we could just do freestyle streams and we could just, do photos and talk about things for an hour to 3 hours. But, again, we're not at that point to do that again until we can get more people to show up, like, sub, share, dono, and then hopefully one day that we will have enough where we can end up deciding to do just a freestyle stream instead of an event. We can still watch the event, but we don't have to label it that. We can just do like a freestyle type of stream, but got to have the right type of people and the right amount of people in the room to be able to do something like that. All right, less than 2 minutes to go. Mexican food. All right, we'll do that. Come on, Devils. Yeah. There it is. There's a nail in the coffin. Six 6-3 Devils. Nice. All right, let's do some Mexican. Anything else that you guys want, let me know. Put some deliciousness to make up for that dunk contest. But at least Dame Dalla got the Dame time there. Woo! Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. And I finally ended up getting my King Arthur pizza, but it was so expensive I could only afford a small. A small pizza with delivery was $32, right? And I haven't been able to treat myself to anything in like a year. And I thought, well, I don't really want to get a cheaper pizza that's just pepperoni. I want a pizza that's got like 10 different toppings on it. And so I guess if it has to be a small, hopefully that it's still a decent size, for the pieces, and I get like 8 pieces and whatnot. And it was delicious, having it a couple days ago. But I'll tell you what, after eating it, your body kind of rejects that type of food once you're eating healthy all the time. So even though it was good, I kind of felt like the way that I feel when I eat like fast food, like where you feel like it tastes good, but you feel like sluggish and feel like shit after. And even when I went on a walk after, I didn't even feel like myself until the next day. But my craving is done, so I don't have to worry about wanting pizza anytime soon. But it was good to be able to get that craving out of the way. So yeah, $20. The pizza itself, because it also has like, sausage, pepperoni, like multiple cheeses, green peppers, onions, mushroom, like everything. It's like the King Arthur combo is like the best combo pizza. It's like, so the small was like 21 bucks. And then with the tip and like delivery, that was like another 10, obviously. So the total was like $32 for a small, which is insanity. So pretty much normally I would be like, hell no. But when I know it's going to taste good, what can you do? So sometimes you have to splurge. So yeah. But also too, I haven't had the pizza in 8 months, and it was my favorite pizza growing up as a kid. And last time I ordered it, I was with my ex-girlfriend, and I looked at the date. It is actually the last time that I ordered from Grubhub, which was before I moved in like June of last year. So it's been like 8 months since I had it, but I'll tell you what, I probably shouldn't have. And then also another reason why I probably didn't feel so good is because I was a fat ass and I literally ate all 8 pieces in like 30 minutes. Like I ate the first 2 pieces within the first like 2 minutes, and then I waited a little bit, but I probably should have just ate like 4 to 5 pieces and then left 3, for later on. But I was like, no, fuck that. So I ate all. I mean, they were smaller pizzas. So I was actually surprised that I could actually crush 8 pieces of pizza, even if it wasn't small. But still, there was a lot of toppings and a lot of food on there. But I can't afford to do that. You know what I mean? It's just, but for what it was overpriced. But especially with the delivery and everything and the surcharges. But did it get my craving? Yeah, it did. So, ooh, combination. Nice. That sounds delicious. But again, my body did not, it kind of rejected it. It didn't feel very good. So it felt good, eating it. But then, and it's not like I had a problem going to the bathroom after. It wasn't like Taco Bell, but it just, my body, it took like a day for it to cycle through for me to feel like, okay. So. I mean, I couldn't even afford to get pizza during the Super Bowl. So, I mean, this was like the first thing that I could actually get. But that first bite, it's just like if you have coffee or like an energy drink or whatever your favorite, like your first bite of pad thai or your first bite of something, and then you get the cheese. And for me, it's they got the pepperoni and they got the sausage, but the thing for me is like that takes it over the top is definitely the green pepper and the onion. That crunchiness and that crisp going along with the meat and the cheese. It definitely helped my craving, but yeah, too much money though. And I got a chance to be able to pay a lot of bills off with, obviously, a lot of your guys' donos and support, and with Cyberpunk donating that large amount, so I was able to get the teeth powder from Paisley, which is $35 a month. And I wasn't able to afford it earlier, but I finally got the bottle that came with the powder, and you sprinkle it on her food to get her teeth to be cleaned, as well to give her better breath and whatnot. So it just felt good to be able to take care of other people other than myself. But every once in a while, you do have to take care of yourself. And hell, $32 for a small is hella expensive, but it was worth every bite. So, well, I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Let me get one photo here for Matt before we go. And then we'll get going here in a second. Speaking of urges, Matt's got an urge. You're welcome. You're lucky I love you. Long hair, don't care. Matt's a happy man now. Oh gosh, sounds amazing. Sounds amazing. Yeah. You know it. He loves it. Well, I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Like I said, I'm going to go eat some dinner and then decide what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. For sure, we're doing the NBA All-Star Game at 5. I might also do the Daytona 500. I may or may not, just because it's going to be on at 11:30, and I don't know if I'm going to sit in the chair for 8 hours. And I don't want to necessarily do 4 hours of NASCAR if we're going to get a 0 or very minimal support. So we will see. It sounds like it might be the best pizza on the planet. Really that good, huh? Wow. Sounds amazing. But I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. I'll continue to send you some stuff on the Ducks. Same thing with any college football stuff or Seahawks stuff or Reflect. Sarah, appreciate you very, very much. Always holding it down. And shout out to all the people that donated, commented, shared. I appreciate you guys tremendously. And again, tomorrow, NBA All-Star Game at 5, and I might stream at 11:30 for the Daytona 500, depending on how Paisley is and how things are going. So I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys. And I got one question for you. Who you know talks sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I'm out. Gang.